of people coming here with incredible testimonials. They struggle with their health. For me, it was very simple, actually, you know, just to see the energy that I have that is carrying me through the day, that I have energy to do the things that I love to do. When I'm traveling, I still stay healthy when everybody are, you know, struggling, putting this amazing skincare on my body and just see like I'm really aging back. This is what makes me believe in this product and the simplicity of those products. They fitting in every part of my life. Either I'm going to a gym and I'm recovering from workouts, or I'm enjoying a dinner with my friends, and Purify is my best friend. I truly believe in those products.
I agree. And I mean, look at the audience. Lisa and Joanna and I were just talking a little while back, and we were talking about how good you guys look. Like every time we come to these events, and I'm like, I say to Greg all the time, I was just sharing with the girls, and I'm like, did you see, like, do these people not look so good? You guys really are aging backwards. Like, your skin looks so good, your eyes look clear, like, we were just talking about that in the back. So I have to ask you, Joanna, what do you think of this new product?
It's a game changer. It is. I know a lot of people struggle out there, and they're just using the products that are just simply not safe. So I am so excited that we have opportunity to share with others.
I love it. Okay, back to Kathy. Kathy, this question I wrote down for you is about self. How has building belief in your own abilities transformed your journey and results in this business?
So at the beginning when you said being confident in yourself doesn't mean you're not afraid. So what I've done, because I was in a previous company, and in my previous company I hid behind the text. And in this company, I'm like, okay, that company I did fine, but I was a leader of followers, and I'm like, I want to be a leader of leaders now, so I need to up-level my skills. So I had to stop hiding behind the text. And Lisa's actually helped me a lot, because Lisa doesn't hide behind the text. She gets on the phone, she gets on Zooms, and at the beginning, getting on a Zoom was super awkward for me, and I did not want to do it, and I was nervous every time. And now, fast forward a couple years later, when I think it's weird to get on the phone without seeing people. So this has grown me so much. It's very normal for me to get on the phone with people. It's very normal for me to get on Zooms with people. I have a daughter who's living with me right now, and she's like, Mom, all you do is Zoom. I'm like, I'm Zooming my way to success, and it's working. So that is how I've grown myself by stepping outside my comfort zone and being coachable, following the system, which I'm a very independent person. I homeschooled my kids. I'm very uninstitutional, I guess. And so following a system was not really in my DNA, but I'm like, okay, to be successful, I need to be coachable, I need to follow the system, and I need to step out of my comfort zone every single day. And that's built belief in myself, because I'm doing things I didn't think I could do. And it's duplicatable. So now my team is growing.
That is awesome. I love how you address the fear in there. You have the belief, but fear. If you don't think that every single person on this stage has dealt with fear more than once, you're wrong. Every single person. So if you're sitting there and you're thinking, gosh, you know, I'm afraid of this, or I don't know this, or you guys, everybody does that. The only difference between these ladies is they took action even with that fear. So when you're feeling fearful, just know you're not alone. It's just about stepping outside of it and taking that action anyway, because your belief is so high and your dream is so big, and you're going to go after that dream. So thank you for sharing that you were also fearful, Kathy. That's powerful. Joanna, back to you. This is in the industry itself. This is a question about that. How has embracing the true potential of network marketing shifted your belief from interest to total conviction?
So from time to time, I get this question, not often, but sometimes. I was just one of those, and this weird look, and I say, Holly, I'm with you on this. Yes, and I love it. And my mind shifted with this approach when I truly learned what it is. So I love to educate people. So first of all, if I can share just a little bit and with some of you, low cost, no inventory, no overhead. Where can you start a business for $30? Where can you start those days a business? Nowhere. Flexibility, I can work from wherever I want. And with this being a global company, truly from anywhere in the world. I can set my own time, my own schedule, residual income. So I'm not only compensated for my time, I also work with my team. I built a team and I'm compensated from, a collective effort right there, right? Personal growth, being here, out of the comfort zone, learning the leadership, communication. Those are life skills that just gonna carry us really far. Everything is given to us, a product, support, mentorship, almost everything, right? So we only have to go and share with others, connect and share with others. Community, beautiful community. You surround yourself with mindful people like this. And income is the sky, right? I mean, you can go as far as you want. It's really up to you. And I think the last one day, I really love it, and I always share with other people, and that's what switched my mind, that by helping others to succeed, to have financial freedom, to have a little bit more health, to get out of their own comfort zone, I'm building my own success. And I love this about network marketing. I absolutely love it.
And we hear that belief in your voice. Did you guys not hear that in there? And when people say, oh, is it one of those things? What does Joanna say? Yes, and I love it. She has such strong belief in what she's doing. And did you hear the love? She wants to help other people. Like, you could truly hear that love in there. So another great, you guys are amazing. It's no wonder that these girls are absolutely ripping it up. So next question goes to Lisa. So this is about your team. In what ways has believing in your team's potential helped you mentor them to duplicate and achieve success?
So we've been talking about belief all day. If there's one thing that each and every one of us can do to attract the people that we're looking for, it's we have to believe in ourselves first. And in order to believe in yourself, you have to be confident, you have to show up for yourself. I tell people all the time, you can't get ready to get ready. You have to own what you want, believe it's possible. If it's possible for me, it's possible for you, it's possible for us, it's possible for them, for any of us. I don't have anything that any one of you out here doesn't have. We're all different. We all have different whys. We all have different strengths, like I said before, weaknesses, but believing in yourself, that's the piece of it with my team that I love, helping people get. I always tell people, if you don't believe in yourself, you don't blame anyone else, you're in your own way. You have to get out of your own way and just move and meet your goals every day through actions and show up. Don't ever think about the outcome. As long as you show up, that's all that matters. If you have an event and you're the only one that shows up, that's all it was meant to show up. You're going to continue to have interactions, have events, have Zoom calls, all the things. We are trying to share this opportunity with, I know all of us are here because we're learning how to do this, but we're sharing the opportunity with as many people as we can get in front of. I know that I don't leave my house and come home without sharing it with someone. I don't care if I go to the gas station, if I go to the gym, the grocery store, it doesn't matter. And so on my team, I want to help people believe in themselves, and because that's what you have to choose yourself and believe in yourself first before we can attract those people, and that's who we're looking for.
Awesome. And I love how you mentioned maybe you went to an event or hosted an event and nobody showed up, and maybe it was just you. Has that happened to anyone in the room? Okay? Every hand should be up. Every single hand. Or you either are lying or you haven't been doing this business long enough. One of those things. So it's happened to every person that's actively building in the trenches. So if you feel like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. It's happened to all of us. It's happened to me. It's happened to Greg. It's happened to everybody on the stage. That is normal. Does it suck? It sucks. It does. But you know what? Don't quit because of it, because eventually you're going to come across somebody who thinks like you, sees what you see, and is going to be an amazing person in your business. So I love that you brought that up, because that happens to everybody. Don't let it stop you. Next question is for Amy, and this is about timing and market. How has seeing wellness as one of the biggest trending and exploding industries right now amplified your belief in the perfect timing of this opportunity?
Ooh, I love this one. It's so interesting because I was crunchy before it was cool. I was seeing people talk about that. But it is so interesting how people that used to not have a lot of knowledge, that were friends of mine 10 years ago, are now coming to me and saying, hey, do you follow this person that's in the health and wellness space? Like, they're always asking me these things now. Like, people are much more knowledgeable than they ever have been. And I think it's going to continue that way for a couple of reasons. First off, I think in America we're really unhealthy. Wouldn't y'all agree? Like, for so many different reasons. And so if you've ever heard, like, a healthy man has a million things that he cares about, an unhealthy man only has one thing he cares about. And I think as people are just in an unhealthy state, they're desperately looking for answers, and people are spending a lot more money on their health. The other thing that I haven't heard anybody discuss, but I think is interesting, have y'all heard that they talk about you'll own nothing and you'll love it? And we're all like, no, we won't. But if you think about that, as we start going towards subscriptions, not owning physical things like that, I think in that space, then you start to think about what is important. And we still always have our physical bodies, don't we? And so I think you're going to see people kind of grow and wanting to spend money on their health and wanting to spend money on their mindset and their brain as we get into some of those different spaces. So that's my main points on those.
That was awesome. I want to thank each of you ladies. I want to thank you, Amy. I want to thank you, Joanna. I want to thank you, Lisa and Kathy. You guys were wonderful. You shared a lot of valuable tips and knowledge. So let's give them a big round of applause. And again, have belief in the company. You can have fear, but don't ever let it stop you from taking action. Thank you very much.
Okay, wow. Can you guys really hear the conviction? Like, conviction is a superpower. And it's something it is. And you could hear it in their voices, you could hear it in their answers, and they're calm, composed, telling you about it. You know, it takes all personalities to do this business, and that's what I loved about everybody that shared up here, is the conviction. And I hope you guys all took good notes, because you use those. You take those home. That's what you dig in your pockets for. You get them out going, wait a minute, I heard Lisa say that. She's not an expert with the comp plan. I was back there taking a picture, and I couldn't help but chuckle a little bit when that question was asked, because I'm telling you, she's came so far with her personal development. And for her to be transparent and tell you guys that, you guys, she knows more than what she says. Just so you guys know that. Okay, next up, we have a duo from Chicago. So, do we have any Chicago Bears fans in here? Do we? Do we have any Packers fans in here? We do. Is there a game tonight? I know. Oh my gosh. I used to live in Chicago, so I love going to Soldier Field. Oh, so much fun going there. I'm excited for the games tonight. Super excited. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have Tony and Yoli come up from Chicago, and they're going to talk about building local excitement. So I've been in the energy of their local excitement. So they have built in Chicago, they've built a community, they've built ranks, and we have a 5-star. Tony, you're a 5-star, right? Okay, soon to be 6. We're going to 6. And Yoli, you're a 4-star? 4-star. So you guys, we have a 4-star and a 5-star. So I want to explain what those stars mean. A 4-star means that they have cycled 200 times in a 4-week period. 200 times. You guys think 200 times $35. That's how much is that? Someone calculate that. 200. How much? $7,000 just in cycles in a month. And then we have a 5-star. So Tony has cycled 500 times in a 4-week period. Take 500 times $35. What is it? 12,500? 17,500. You'd think I would know this. 6-stars don't have to know this. And so you guys, they have walked the walk. What they've built with the excitement, the events they put on are so on fire. They're on point, from the music to the presenters to everything, the atmosphere. When we were in Chicago back in October, wow, we had Corbin standing on chairs. It was so much on fire. Like, it was hot. Okay, so welcome. Stand up. Let's get some stretch going. And welcome Tony and Yoli.
Being here, and of course this really gives me a lot of life inside of me. So I'm going to begin how to build local excitement. There's 3 simple steps to build local excitement. Number 1 is your why. The second one is your roadmap. And the third one is duplication. Let's go one by one. So your why. Every journey really begins with your own story. So my background in Chicago, I am a healthcare provider. And this I see life. When this thing got introduced to me, none other than Daniel called him tiger, but I'm a lion. Why I say that? Because I'm part of one of the humanitarian here in United States and in 250 countries, Lions Club International. And the second one I want is the flexibility. Did you see that I put asterisk in the residual income? This thing I thought is only for actor and actresses, not for regular people like us, right? But if you in this company, you will have that. The second one is the roadmap. I love this one. It's because in my previous company, I had to do them all. There's no excuse. I had to pay them all. You know, all the liabilities and stuff like that. Here, we have a toolbox. And that toolbox is all in there. You have a platform. We have 3 international. We have everything. Actually, I bring some props. The 3 international book, I go out there to every businesses I know from my previous experience. I use this one. And the second one, I use this book for my own belief. Okay? The second one is the participant. And that's you and me. So I heard about this morning about belief. I don't just believe, I'm a believer. So there's a big difference between those 2. And then the third one, the power of the system, the leadership. We are all blessed. We have leaders. From my sponsor, Chloe, we have Samson, we have Kiwi, and we have Washington and Daniel. And also, we have my team over here with me. Now, let's talk about the third one, the duplication. Do you want to make more money? Right? Okay, I hear this from my mentor and coach, none other than Samson. He said, talk less. Make sure talk less. Okay, don't speed out everything. The second one is lead by example. With or without visitor, or if you have an event, we have a small event in our, Chicago area. I call everyone the night before. We post, all this information for them to come. And the third one is keep it simple. And I don't stop learning. I know we have the full equipment. We have the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the Zoom, 7 o'clock. And we also, after that, 8 o'clock, our team will gonna go onto the Zoom for more learning. So, keep doing, keep learning. One day you're gonna grow and you're gonna be, same thing with, like Lori, 6-star. My mind now is 6-star. Okay, tips for local excitement. This is my own personal excitement. Okay, so number one is build a team of people. Customer can make us a living. Remember that. Customer, you can make a living. But brand ambassadors, you can make a fortune. Okay, so I'm looking for those brand ambassadors. Okay, so customer is good. The second one, I have a culture of community. Filipino community, right? They love to dance, they love to sing, and they love to eat. And we love to get together all the time. And that is the most wonderful thing, get together. The second one is the belief. They know you, they believe in you, and they will not stop calling you. Just like a day ago, I have a previous client from the home care. Because they believe on what I do from the past, she still called me. And that's been 2 years ago. So, the third one is the trust. That trust is so important. I always say, do not burn the bridge. No matter what, how this person can be so mean, but stay cool from the inside because someone is out there going to do the job for us. Okay? And then, of course, the relationship. So, I have known Tony through the community because also he owns a restaurant in Chicago and I am the customer in his restaurant. So what happened is he approached me about 3 International. He knows that I am in the healthcare and to check it out. What I love on what he shared me is because his business mindset is about the flexibility, the freedom, and the residual income. So with that said, we have these local events that I want to share you. So this was 2024. We have all this mentor, 6-star director. We have Samson, Chloe, we have George. And then also, you see how, you see those balloons that's in here? She's here, actually, Jay and Anne. Who knows how to do this? This is one of the incredible events also that we have when Dr. Dan Henry came to Chicago. This was in March of last year. See how beautiful this? And Holly also came. Christine Peterson, oh my goodness. You fired up a lot of people in Chicago. And of course, saying goodbye is hard. It's because you know that they impact a lot of people in Chicago. And we know that that's just the beginning. And this happened during also the empowerment community. Samson never stopped coaching us. So if you have that mentor, coach, oh my goodness, he is very incredible. And to see all this picture, we have Kimberly. Kimberly is one of my also sister that always there, calling me, texting me, Yoli, when is the next event coming? And this is also the 3 regional that was happened in one of the theater. And then also, Kinetic. Oh my goodness, this is the one that's so powerful. When we have Daniel and Corbin, people are all excited. And the last one is the 3 experience with Dr. Den and also with Holly Roche. Wow, these are the events that, people really embraced it. And 3 is like a wonderful gift of health and also financial wellness. So, everyone that I meet, I said to them, open up your heart and your mind, and you will receive it. So with that said, I'm going to turn over the mic to my wonderful sponsor. He is like a go-getter. He is a person that's pushing me, Yoli, you're gonna be like, don't be soft, he said to me.
Okay, something always teaching me, coaching me, keep it simple, keep it simple, keep it simple, so people can follow. So I only talk one picture with 3 words: leadership, assignment, and 2. We meet Daniel, we meet King, we meet Samson, we meet Dr. Day. We get very excited. Now, the question is, how can we deliver our assignment? How deliver what Lord is saying? Just mentioned our belief. How can we deliver our belief? How can we deliver our assignment? Through your talking or through the tool? This is what Daniel said on the couple trip. I make a note. When you connect to your member, when you empower your member, if you start to the talking and don't show in the tool, what Daniel said, you wasting your time. And King Hui Samson always teaching us, move yourself out of the way, plug in the system, let system work for you. If the system can work for you, why we need to do all the work? So we deliver our assignment through the tool, through the 5M. This is our support point. With that, we can, like Daniel said, we get it in, keep it on, and we can move them along. So what I want with the tool. Now what we need to do when we go home tomorrow, we need to deliver. Daniel does say in the morning, show up to go up and plus we get the 66 pack to power up. Now Samson said, keep it simple, you will see the power. Thank you.
Tony and Yoli all the helpful tips. You see the events. When she showed those event slides, you guys, I am a huge believer in events. Like, build event to event to event. So you saw it on there. We're going to be blowing it up with the schedule for 2026. Daniel shared that, and use those. But you're going to build locally as well. You're going to have local events building up to these big events. So thank you, Tony and Yoli. Thank you for showing leverage. Thank you for showing what you're doing. You know, Tony, when he was up here, I couldn't help but think about Tony and I in Malaysia. So we were at this water park resort for a leadership event, similar to this. And we had these teams, and we had to go out in the water park and compete. And all I know is there's no way a water park would have let us do what we did in Malaysia in the US. There's no way. We would have been signing liability waivers. I'm serious. Like, we were dunking our heads into the water. We're like, are we getting up? And it was wild. And Tony was on my team. So it was so cool to see him take action, translate. Like, we had people speaking multiple languages. And, you know, it was neat because we were able to communicate simply through actions and eye contact and smile and see people's personalities. So if you ever have a chance to travel internationally to our events, go. Go. If it's something that's in your schedule, something that you want to go to, and there's a reason behind it, go. Okay, ready for our next speaker? Ready? Okay, so we have a 4-star, and she comes from the state of Iowa. So she grew up in Illinois. I don't know if she's a Bears fan or not. I actually don't know. She grew up in Illinois, near Lincoln, Illinois. And she did a talk a year ago. She's going to reference that because you're going to see the growth that has happened in a year. I want all of you to hear it because you sitting in this seat today, connecting with your identity of where you want to go, living it, you're going to see what she's done in the last year. You're going to see her share. So she is doing a talk about building as a mompreneur. If you are a mom, stand up. I want you to stand up. For all the moms in here that are here, building this, yes, around your children. Building this for your children, for your grandchildren. Yes. Wow. And stay standing because we're going to welcome Dr. Alicia Clevenger, 4-star from Iowa.
Hello, everybody. It was good to see all those moms stand up. I want to tell you all, if I could write a book today, it would be called A Cruise Saved Me from Breaking My Leg. And let me tell you why. I love shoes. I absolutely love shoes. Anybody on my team knows I love shoes. I was actually shoe shopping when I was introduced to this business. And I share that story a lot. And I had the most beautiful shoes for today. I was so excited. I got up here because I earned the trip, and as I stood here, it was like an ice skating rink, and I realized if I came up here and talked to you all in those shoes, I was gonna break a leg, literally. And so this is the only other pair of shoes I've brought. So here we are in these shoes. So if you are a mom, or maybe you're just really busy, because we all have responsibilities, here's what I would tell you. If you are that person that reheats your coffee 3 times, or you rewash the laundry 4 times because you kept forgetting to move it over. Anybody done that? Because we all have the same amount of time. It's what we do with it, right? What we do with it to build this business. I do it differently than Holly does. I do it differently than anybody else on this stage. We all have to find our own way to do it. And so my goal today is to share with you some of the things that I have done and learned and implemented so that you can go do it well as a mom too. The truth is that I didn't choose to build this business because I had lots of time. I don't. I chose to do this business because I wanted a different life. I wanted more time. And it doesn't mean I don't miss things. I'm married, I have 3 children, like Lauren. I'm missing something big today. My daughter's an elite gymnast. and it's competition season. But here's what I know. I've seen so much more because of the business that missing just a couple things is absolutely worth it for all the other things I get to see. Because my background is I'm a chiropractor. I only can make money in 4 walls. That's it. I have to go somewhere, I have to physically be with somebody, I have to touch them, I have to work with them, and that is the only way I knew to make money before this industry. And said, hey everybody, I'm opening a boutique, come see me next Tuesday. How many people do you think are going to show up? Nobody. Because I didn't tell them. I posted and prayed. You guys, the analytics of social media suck a lot. And so if you're not out there talking to people, encouraging people, meeting new people, if I was gonna go open that boutique, I better go meet 1,000 people in the next month. And if you don't treat this business like that, that's how it's gonna be. Nobody's going to show up. It's a business, just like any other. It is not post and pray. Quit posting and praying. That's my mom's voice. All right, team building. Are you out there building your team? Are you relationship building? And I'm not just talking about this business, I'm talking about meeting people for coffee. You guys, Lisa Barren, who's gonna get up in here in a minute, she meets more people for coffee than any other human I've ever met in my entire life. She meets people, she's like, I have 3 coffee meetings tomorrow, I have 4 coffee meetings tomorrow, I have 7 coffee meetings tomorrow. You guys, she doesn't even drink coffee. She doesn't. Crazy. But she's building relationships, she's meeting new people, she's sharing where she's got, she's talking to people, and that's why she's on this stage over and over and over and over. We're plugging in. How are you plugging in? Are you plugging in with your team? Are you plugging into events like this? Are your people doing that? Celebrate wins, and honestly, self-reflection. I've been meeting a lot with my team over the past few weeks into the new year. We've been going over goals. And so I say, what do you want in your ideal brand partner? This is something I do often, make a list of the top 10 things you're looking for. You're looking for people that are hungry, that are coachable, like, what are you looking for? And some people will say, well, I have that list. How old is it? Well, I wrote it like when I started the business 18 months ago. Okay, it changes. You have to constantly be reevaluating, self-reflecting, where's your business at, what has been working, what's not working, where are we going, and what are we gonna change? Because we want to evolve and become different versions of ourselves if we want to get where we want to go. Some of the strategies that we use are power pockets. As a mom, I have to have pockets of time to make this work. And so I have, especially in the evenings, I often will say, some people say they have a 9 to 5. When you're a parent, you're 24/7 with a lot of interruptions. And so power pockets are important. I find pockets throughout my time. When Holly DeMott was up here earlier talking about the people that set an alarm and to focus on things, I'm one of those people. My alarm goes off every morning at 8:30 after I drop my kids off at school. It is my reminder that I am going to sit down in my driveway as soon as I get home from school drop-off. I'm going to sit there and visualize what I want my business to look like at the end of 2026. Power pockets of time. You're at a practice, you send messages. You get home from a game, sit in your driveway and do one reach out. Find those pockets so that all the extra stuff of being a parent doesn't get in the way, right? You can absolutely make this work. All right, I'm coachable. I try to be. This was what I was not coachable on. Holly came to me and said, I want you to have a calendar. And I said, no way, no how, not happening. And she's like, no, really, it's working. And I said, and so I was resistant. And she kept asking me, do you have a calendar? Do you have a calendar? Do you have a no, I'm gonna ignore her. Finally, I did it. You guys, it's the best thing I've ever done. There's no more, so what I do, there's a couple of them out there. There's Acuity, that's what I use. There's Calendly, and I feel like I could teach a whole class on this. But every Sunday night, I look at the calendar and I set it for hours that I want any other kind of call with my team. They know about this calendar. And so when they have somebody that's ready to do a connect call, they have someone's open, they pull up the calendar while they're on the phone. They say, let me look at Dr. Alicia's schedule. They schedule it, I get an email, it sends them a Zoom link to go to for the call right away, and we jump on at that time. So it means that I'm not in the grocery store trying to navigate 10,000 things and thinking about all the plates that are spinning in my head. I know when I have calls, and somebody's like, I need a call right now. No, your emergency is not my emergency. And so I am going to sit and do this in the time that I have available, and we make it work. Now, are there exceptions to that? 100%, right? Somebody knows they need a 9 o'clock at night, message me, we'll make it work. But that scheduling link has proven to be so invaluable. I have people that are in the business gung-ho, and then they give it a little time, maybe they kind of fall back, and all of a sudden, I see them pop up. I'd like a coaching call. I'm ready to get back and re-engaged. And they did that because they could just go on the calendar link and schedule it. Like they didn't have to message me, they didn't have to think about it. It makes it easy. If I could tell you one thing, I would tell you, especially with that person in and out, stop stopping and starting. I see it happen all the time. People are gung-ho, they're in, and then they have a holiday, and they step back, and it's kind of like a race car track, right? I'm not big in racing, but I can understand the concept of, you know, a race car gets going. You get out, you head out. I'm not gonna get any of these terms right, so if you were a race car fan, I apologize. Okay, so it starts out, it gets going, and it starts building momentum, and it's got its lane, and here it's going, it's got a good clip going, and they're taking off, and they're heading into momentum, and things are going great. But here's what nobody ever tells you. It's not the stopping that's hard. It's getting back up to speed. It's that getting back up to speed when you've stopped and started. So that's where those daily disciplines become so important, because you want to do this business and keep going. Because meanwhile, the car that just maybe slowed down, changed their daily disciplines, they kept in momentum. They kept going. They kept in their lane. They kept their tires warm. They kept going. And so the stopping and starting, that's something I would tell you, give that up for 2026. The last thing is involve your family. Anybody that's been on the past 2 trips know I've brought my daughter. It hasn't worked with my husband's schedule. Let me tell you, we went home after the first trip. We were in Tulum. And she walked in the door, and my husband said, how was it? And she said, anytime mom needs to do a Zoom, it's for real. She's like, I saw how she earned that, or what she's doing to earn that trip. She knew. She saw it. Now she's not going on the cruise. I had to break that to her. I'm actually bringing my husband. But involve your family. My 10-year-old knows that when I hit 5-star, we are going to Disney World. They make reels, they're involved, they make packets of product before I go to events, they're doing things. I texted them and I said, Dr. Dan's launching a new product, and they are so excited. And she's 10, right? They are so excited about what I'm doing them. Involve your children. They are watching you. They are. Build the legacy of this within the chaos. Stop disqualifying yourself from the business because of it. So many people say, when it slows down, when they're less active, when they move out of the house, it's not gonna stop. And that's not a reason to stop doing this business. It is the reason that you have to keep going. So build it in the mess, build it in the margins, do not stop. Because at some point, they're gonna look at you and say, she did it anyway.
One thing that Dr. Alicia did last year in Vegas, she took the stage as a 3-star elite. And she turned to Kim and Samson in the back of the room, and she goes, I will be a 4-star next year at this time. Like, she was like, I will not be the same rank coming back. And you guys, you can see why. You can see why. So proud of her, so proud of that. All of that is so applicable, like from her heart, everything she's sharing. It's not made up, it's not textbook. This is her walk. This is what she does. I've watched her do it, you know, and she's gonna be up again a little bit later. She doesn't know it yet. She's gonna share some more tips with you. Okay, next up, we have a powerhouse from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Well, Boise, what do I say? Coeur d'Alene? Whoa, both, okay, both. They don't get their mail very often in Coeur d'Alene. We found that out last night. They had some secret samples in there, and they did not get them because they're not at that house. Okay, so Greg is going to come up and talk about building from the bottom up. And Greg is a numbers guy. When Greg gets into the numbers, you can just feel the energy. You can feel it through a Zoom screen if you're on with him there. You're sitting with him, and he's so calm about it. He's got this calm demeanor. You know, I want to see Greg fired up. We're going to see him fired up today. So welcome to the stage, Mr. Greg Ferraro, and he's going to be sharing some promos as well with you. So stay tuned, stay in your seats. Here we go.
Thank you. I was listening to Dr. Alicia Clevenger. I thought that was just powerful. Wasn't she so sincere in her heart? That was amazing. You can tell why she's just cruising this business and taking it all the way to the top. Let's give it back to her. That was awesome. So I get to talk about building from the bottom up, and I'm going to start right at the bottom. I mean, I remember when Lori and I got started. We were young. You heard her, portion of the story, but we were excited. But there was things that held us back. And I remember picking up that phone to reach out and call someone. How many people remember the first time you tried to call someone and tell them about this business? How'd that feel? How much did that phone weigh for you guys? 1,000 pounds? I remember literally picking it up and sweat pouring down my face. A rash broke out on the side of my face. I'm shaking. And I'm just thinking to myself, I don't even know what I'm going to say to this person. It's ringing, and they didn't answer. And I remember being so relieved that I hung up, and I was so proud of myself because I actually made a phone call, but they didn't answer. But you know what? The thing that drove us, and I want to talk about this because, Dr. Alicia talked about your why should make you cry. I remember a gentleman when we got started, he talked about the dream. And he said, you got to have a dream. It's got to be big. And my dream was to have my wife be home with our kids so that we could be together as a family. And when we got started, I had a picture of my wife and my daughter right there on my desk. And that's what allowed me to pick up that 1,000-pound phone. Now, I made the second call. The second call, the person actually answered. And I verbally vomited all over them. I honestly, to this day, don't know what I said to that person. They said no, but you know what? I hung up and I was like patting myself on the back. I made another phone call. I was excited, but it was the dream that got me going. So I want to start at the bottom because, you hear you got to take this action. I mean, Dr. Alicia did a great job of going through lots of different steps, but none of that matters if you're actually not doing it. If you're not making the lists and making the phone calls and sitting down with people and doing these things, none of that matters if you're not doing it. So you have to have something that drives you to get that going in the beginning. So I want to reiterate this because it's so important when you're getting started. Okay, so I'm talking about you getting yourself into action. Have that dream so that it motivates you, something so big that you must have it, that you do it for yourself. Okay? And you're going to make a mess in the beginning. It's okay. You're not going to be great at everything that you say, but as you do things, you get better. Your verbiage gets better, and you'll start to understand what works, what doesn't work, because you're actually doing it. And the reason this is important is because once you figure this out, you're going to start to get some people going in business with you. Is get somebody on your left side and somebody on your right side. We want to get our first two people going. You heard Patrick talk about doing a PBR. I recommend in your first week in business, get your business launched. Lauren called it a grand opening. I call it a grand opening. You're launching your business. It's a grand opening of your business. You're having a private business reception at your home where people are coming over. You invite a bunch of people over and have a couple of them, because sometimes people can't make it to the first one. Does that make sense? Sometimes they can't. Now, you want to create so much urgency when you do this that you tell them to cancel what they've got going on their schedule, because this is important. Okay, I've got this going on, I can't make it. Can you cancel that? Well, what happens when you say that? They think it's important because you've asked them to cancel it. So you're building big for that event. Now, if they can't make it, they got a legit reason, have a backup, get them there. But out of those first couple get-togethers, that's going to allow you to find those first couple people to get them started. Okay? Now, what happens if that doesn't happen with the first two? What should we do? Do it again. Right? You go in the shower, you wash your hair. If you didn't get it all cleaned up, what are you going to do? Shower again. Okay, so you do it again. You just keep doing it again. Maybe you have to do 3 of those. Maybe you have to do 4 of those. Your goal is to get the first couple people started. But now here's what I want you to understand. Those first couple people that you just got started, where are they at? Where were you at? Did you have fears? Do you think maybe they might have fears? Yes or no? Yes. If you don't think they got fears, you're naive. They've got fears. I mean, why do you think they don't answer your phone call when you call them? Why do you think, they're missing in action? They get scared. They talk to somebody. So our job is to create success for them right away. So I remember, we had our dream. We were focused. We were excited. We were making phone calls. But we didn't know what to do from there. We didn't know what to do there. We were literally just, ignorance on fire. Sponsoring people. We didn't know what to do. And our mentor told us, you got to have a success story. You got to create a success story. So when I was explaining about that convention pack and the power-up points, what I love about having those extra points is it allows you to help create a success story faster. Now, don't depend on that for your story. What I mean by that is you still need to sponsor somebody on your left, sponsor somebody right, and do what I'm telling you right now. But because of that extra volume put in there with that, it's going to allow you to make a paycheck faster. Does that make sense? And when you make a paycheck, few things happen. First off, you get excited. People around you are looking at like, oh, that thing works. You've had a success story, okay? So when you get started, you want to go out and create that success story. I remember, Lori and I, when we first got into this industry, we made a $6 check. It wasn't that great of a success story, right? And it really didn't get a whole lot of people around us that excited. But once we figured out how to create a success story, how to go out, make $100, make $500, make $1,000. I remember, coming from an event like this on fire and just going out and making the calls, setting up appointments, having several, receptions at our home, and we made $1,000. Guess what? That $1,000 story got our whole business ignited. Because now the people that we brought into business, what do they want to do? They want to make $1,000. So what do? We duplicate. We teach them. We keep it simple. What's your dream? Why are you doing this? Focus on that. That's what's going to power them through it. Get in there, lock arms with them. Help them make those initial phone calls because they might not do it without you. Help them get those first 2 people going by having a couple of meetings with them and showing them what to do. And help them get a paycheck. Because what happens when they get a paycheck? What happens to their belief? It goes up. What happens to their confidence? It goes up. Now, here's what I look at. Every person that you bring into business is going to help you advertise your business because they know people you don't know. Would you agree? We all know a handful of people that can utilize these products, especially that one we just brought up. To talk to you about that new GLP-3 product we just brought up. Think about that. So I want to use that as an example. Okay, I'm going to use that as an example because Daniel said that they put out what they're calling a tri-pack of 3 of those. You can pick up for $200. It's kind of like an intro pack, 100 points. It gets you qualified. Now, there's a couple of things Daniel is bringing out that each of you are going to be picking these up. What I need is, Corbin, could you help me with this? When I'm done talking or whatever, organize to get those handed out to people so we get this into everybody's hand. And then I also want the promo that we're going to be bringing out also in everybody's hand. So when we get out of here this weekend, we get back home on Monday, we're building our business. How exciting would it be when you're out there talking to people and they can join for $1? This is limited time for 2 weeks. I believe it says 2 weeks on here until the 26th, I think is what I can't read it. I got my contacts in. It's the problem with getting older. But we have 2 weeks to take advantage of this. So what I would be doing is thinking of everybody that you can talk to right away. They get to join for $1. Now, you're already going to be talking to them about this new product that came out. That tri-pack, you get 3 of those bottles for $200. It's 100 points. Now, I want to show you how fast you can create a success story. How many people know people taking GLP right now? GLP-1. We all know people. And how much are they spending each month? Anybody know? 300, 400, 500, 600. Did anybody know people spending more than that? 700, 800. I mean, I've heard a lot of, you know what? People will spend money to lose weight if it works. They will do that. What if we could show them how they could actually get that stuff for free? Could you imagine that? Now let me show you how you do that. First off, you figure out what is your dream? Why are you doing this business? Why is this business important to you? So you get your confidence up enough to get over that fear that Lori was talking about that holds all of us back. And we reach out and we contact people. Now, what do you say to them? I don't know what you're going to say. I mean, people want to take GLP-1. What if you could take it without taking a shot, all naturally with a liquid that works? Would you be open to listening to that? I think people would. I don't like taking shots. Anybody not like taking shots? You know, I go to the doctor, I tell them I'm allergic to needles. You know, so I think there's a lot of other people like that. Now, here's the math. Holly and Mont talked about the numbers. I'm going to just point this out real simple. You go out and share this to somebody. We have a promotion that is going to be coming out on Monday, right here. Go get your 2x2. You're going to get a copy of this as well. It's right there, so we can make sure that gets handed out as well. And you're going to be able to go out and share this with a couple people and get an extra bonus. Now, how it's going to work, let's say that you use that tri-pack. When you bring somebody in and they order 100 points of products or more, well, that just happens to be 100 points. When they come in with that package, you get a PIB that's worth $25. When you bring in the second person on the other side, you're going to get another PIB of $25. That's $50 that you just made. But you're also going to get with this promotion another $25 plus a $50 token. Now, what is a token? A token is like a free prepaid Visa card that you can use to purchase 3 products, and it gives you full credit for volume. Okay? So what is that? 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus a $50 token towards purchasing your product if you want. That's $125 that you just earned, 75 plus 50 in tokens, by referring 2 people to this amazing product that Dr. Dan just brought up. Can we give him a big hand? You want to give him a big hand? You want to tell him how much you're appreciative? Go share this with the world. Go share this with the world. Now, that's $125. It's free to get started. Or not free, $1. $200 to buy the product. You've already got $125 back. What if you went out and did that again? That would be $75 plus another $50 token. Basically, $250. Now you paid for your own product by sharing it with a couple people and sharing it with a couple people again. Now, what are we going to do with those people? We're going to teach them how to go do what we did. They know people. Have them invite people over. Lock arms with them and share with them because they're going to be scared. Help them get there too. What happens when they do that? Same thing happens for them. They're going to go out. They're going to make $25 PIB, $25 PIB. They're going to get another $25 for the promotion, another $50 on the token. Now here's what I would recommend. When you bring people in, losing weight is one thing, but maintaining it and having health is another. Set up a smartship with the rest of our products so they have those coming in every month. Does that make sense? Or if they wanted to have the GLP-1 coming every month, set that up so it's coming in. So you have that back-end residual on the backside. Now, how many people want to know how to grow it all the way to 6-star and beyond? Can you do what I just shared with you? Can you teach the people to go do what I just shared with you? Can you teach them how to teach people to do what you just did? And that's what you do. You go out, you do it yourself, you create a story, you teach them, you help them create a story, you help them teach another to create a story, and guess what happens? 2 turns to 4 to 8 to 16 to 32 to 64 to 128 to 256 to 512 to 1,024. Now you got 1,000 people in your team that are on SmartShip. Does that make a pretty nice residual income? What happens when that 1,000 turns to 2,000? And then to 4,000, and to 8,000, and to 10,000, and to 20,000? Can you see the point where at some point, especially with the lead-in product, you know what I call this product? I call this product a hook. This is going to hook the people in so that we can share the rest of our great products with them, because once they get hooked in, now they're going to listen to the rest of our products, and now we got them buying them too, so they're paying for all those as well. Do you see how the residual income grows? And as we do that and keep it simple and duplicatable, just go out, do it yourself, teach them to do it, help them do it with others, get their SmartShip set up, and grow that. And as the volume grows, guess what? Those cycles will start spinning. You're going to hit 3-star Pro, 3-star Elite, 4-star, 5-star, 6-star, 7-star. It'll just keep growing. Don't overcomplicate it, guys. That's all you got to do. So with that, the biggest thing I would say, let's take full advantage of this. This launches on Monday, so prep things up. I mean, you're here this weekend. I'd be setting up appointments while you're here, getting people ready. Listen, I'm in Fort Worth, Texas right now. You won't believe what I just heard. We need to get together when I get home. What are they thinking? They're going to be anticipating that. What are they doing in Fort Worth? Planting seeds and setting up your appointment so when you get home, you can just start sharing and sharing and sharing, and then duplicate that simple thing. If you duplicate the simple things, they'll grow into big things. Don't overcomplicate it. So with that, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Mark, would you help hand those out?
Okay, I told you guys you're gonna hear some numbers. And the $25 cash, the $50 token. I love how Greg explains it, his inspiration behind his story, everything that he teaches. The tokens, how I love the tokens. Yes, you could use it for your own self, or I like to divvy them up. I like to make them into maybe $20 tokens. You can divide them, and then that's like free shipping. Signing someone up saying, hey, and I'll give you a $20 token, and that helps with shipping. So you can also use them to build your business. Love that promo, it's absolutely awesome. But thank you to Greg Ferraro for sharing his wisdom, everything he does. Okay, next up, you guys, and we have 2 more, and then do not leave the room because we're gonna have a break that's may have some swag. You know, swag Nilbert. And Nilbert, goodness, I love his training. How many of you have heard his trainings before? Wow, absolutely love his trainings, his heart about how to be coachable to duplicate. And that's a really key quality, key open mindset to have. And Nilbert has done that. I have watched him. I've watched him go through the ranks, and I can't wait for you to hear him. He's structured. He comes with experience. He has served our country, everyone. So stand up and let's bring Nilbert onto the stage.
Thank you, Holly. First, let me give it back to Greg. You know, one thing I love about Greg is that engineer mind. You know, he spit up a lot of numbers, but he made it look so easy, right? I mean, let's give a big hand to Greg. That was an awesome display about how the numbers work for us. Okay, well, first of all, I'm just so happy that I'm actually physically here. Greg will know this. I hosted a family from my best friend from Australia in our house, and our whole family was sick when they got to the house. So I've been battling this since Monday. I think Wednesday, Greg checked up on me, and I barely had a voice. But today, I'm so loaded up with Immune and Eternel. If they took a blood draw right now, all they're going to see is glutathione, resveratrol, quercetin, and elderberry. So, every single leader in this room wants growth. Yes or no? Yes. We want momentum. Yes? Yes. We want a bigger organization. Yes. We want impact. Yes. But here's the reality we all have to face. Our business will never outgrow our coachability. Talent can start something. Work ethic can sustain something. But only coachable leadership can duplicate something. So this is why what we're talking about today is actually very simple, but it determines our ceiling. We must be coachable to duplicate. For those of you who may not know me, I'm a retired Navy veteran, and I know we have several other veterans in the room, so a big hand to thank you for your service. One of the first things the military teaches you, sometimes in a very hard way, is that growth starts with coachability. You don't get to lead before you learn to follow. You don't earn responsibility before you learn accountability. So from day one, I had to submit to structure, correction, direction. And this is what I've learned. Coachability is not a weakness. It is how real leadership is built. That lesson never left me. And that's why I believe so strongly in what we're talking about today. Because duplication is not really about how good any one of us is. It's really about how simple, transferable, and repeatable our behavior is. Our teams don't duplicate what we teach. They duplicate what we model. And what's the first thing that they model? It's not our skill set. It's our behavior. If they see leaders who are humble, teachable, aligned, they become that. If they see leaders who resist direction, explain everything away, or believe that we've already arrived, they become that too. So this is the standard we have to hold ourselves to. We must be coachable to duplicate. Let me ask you 3 questions. Well, let's ask ourselves 3 questions. You don't have to answer out loud, but try to answer honestly. When your mentor provides feedback, do we defend or like, okay, why is my mentor saying that? Or do we decide to do something about it? Number 2, when a system is proven, do we follow or do we customize? Do we think we can do it better our way? Okay? And then number 3, when correction comes, do we take it personally or do we take it professionally? Right? So we have to own this, right? We have to set the standard and be the leaders who are coachable enough so that our teams will model what what our attitude is, right? Again, I mentioned, so our teams, they don't need perfection from us. They just need permission. Permission to do what? Permission to follow a process. Permission to stay aligned. Permission to trust the system. Because when we model this, this coachability, it spreads like wildfire. So I'd like to share some of the biggest breakthroughs I've had didn't come from learning something new. They actually came from finally submitting to something that's already proven. I had to learn, and maybe we all have to learn. Leadership is not so much about being impressive. It's really more about being aligned. It's really more about being reproducible. And we have to remember this. Being a leader, again, you have to learn to follow, right, before you can lead, right? In the military, and I learned this again, I mentioned earlier, I learned this the hard way, right? When I learned certain skills and started to lead, and I got ahead of myself, I had to learn that it was not about me. We've heard from amazing leaders today. We've heard from amazing mentors today. They poured themselves, they poured into us, and that's another reason I love this company. So we're always thankful for these events, right? So we're always thankful for Daniel, for Dr. Daniel, for all the leaders here. So if we want to build an organization that multiplies beyond us, we have to collectively make a decision. Not just once, not just when it's convenient, but daily. We will be the most coachable leaders on our teams. Let's all say it together, right? We will be the most coachable leaders on our teams. Not because we lack experience, not because we don't have the results, but because our example gives everyone else permission to grow. Let's remember this. We don't build what we want. We build what we model. So let's model humility. Let's model alignment. Let's model teachability. Because when we're coachable, we're duplicatable. When we're duplicatable, we're scalable. And when we're scalable, guess what? We're building a legacy. Thank you.
Good to be coached. It's good to have an open mind and say, hey, I'm doing this, it's not working. Is there another way? What would you suggest? Okay, and he said coachability is not a weakness, it is how you build leadership. Let's take that in. Okay, thank you to Nobert. Join the stage in just a second. We are in her hometown. We're right here. Every time I turn around, like, they're doing an event, they're doing another event, they're doing an event. And I know she's exploding. She's over there, like, hardly able to contain her excitement of what's happening. She's like, ah! And so she's a 3-star elite. Please welcome Antoinette to the stage.
Let's go! Do you not believe this? I said the document, you're crazy. Like, this is so amazing. I can barely talk about what I'm supposed to talk about. So, first, if you do not know me, I am Antoinette Whittington Stanton, and I do live here in DFW! But my hat is green because my blood is green. It's all about the Philadelphia area and those Eagles, yeah! But I know, but just a little bit about me. I've been in love with my husband since I've been 16. We'll celebrate 45 wonderful years together. He has one thing wrong with him. He's a Cowboy fan since he was 16. So anyway, I've been happy the last couple of years. And I'll tell you a little bit more about me because, wow, this is so important. Your time is so important. Your time. Dr. Alicia, where are you? Oh, Maron, where is she? Oh my gosh, I wanted to cry because my son is here. I'm going to tell you, it matters. This matters. What I'm about to tell you, it matters. It's all about your time. How many of you are so excited, but now you're thinking, how am I going to do this? When am I going to do this? They didn't give me extra time. They didn't take my job away. I still have 16 kids, 3 grandkids, cheerleading, basketball, a boss that I want to kill. How am I going to do this, right? You're like, you gave me a great product, but, well, I want you to know, there is a way for each and every one of you to do this. So take out your pen. Write this down, because it's important, really important. Let's go through what we are supposed to do every single week. You're supposed to sleep 8 hours a day. That's 56 hours. Let's just write it down. Let's say you work a job that's 40 hours a week. I understand. You're not working that today. It kills me that you're taking a 30-minute lunch. It's ridiculous. Some of you aren't even taking lunch because you have to run home and do something else. But let's say you work 40 hours a week. Let's say it takes you 5 hours to drive. Now, most of you can cross that off your list because you're working from home. So you can switch that, but let's just write it down. I hope all of you are taking a shower and doing something with your hair, or I don't know. Let's say grooming is 7 hours. I get yelled at for this all the time, but you are supposed to eat. I do not cook, but someone else may cook for you. That's another 7 hours. I don't do this one either, but you should clean and do laundry. Or just make money and hire someone else. But let's just say, right now, 7 hours, you gotta do something like that. Whatever your spiritual journey is, let's say it's 3 hours a week. You're getting up in the morning, whatever you do. On this I do, shopping. Now it should be groceries, but it's not. But shopping and errands, let's say it's 3 hours. Let's just write that down. Still, guys, 21 hours. Did you add it up? It's 149 hours. Guys, there's 168 hours in a week. I gave you a lot of time. A lot of time. I said this last time to some of you, that's 19 hours left over. What are you doing? People say to me, I don't have a lot of time, Antoinette, and they don't even have a job. And I'm like, what are you doing? Maybe watching TV, that's really paying you. I love the Philadelphia Phillies. They don't pay my bills. I'm just being honest with you. What are you doing with those 19 hours? You see, 24 years ago, 25 years ago, there was a woman named Christine Peterson. And I said this, we love her. And I said to her, Christine, I don't have time. See, 25 years ago, I had a wonderful job. I loved it. I was actually an executive at JCPenney's. I was one of those crazy buyers. I did work 70 hours a week, but I liked it. I was a workaholic. I got up in the morning. My son is here, he'll tell you. I dropped him off at the daycare, and I didn't even get to pick him up, and the daycare was downstairs. My husband drove 45 minutes to pick them up. Yeah, did I travel? I traveled 14 days out of the month. But that's how it was. At 16, I told my husband this is how it was gonna be. My amazing husband worked a full-time job, full-time 3 kids, full-time doing my daughter's hair, but we were just a family, a couple that was moved away from our grandparents. That's why I wanted to cry. Because people don't understand what corporate does. They don't understand that we moved from our family and our cousins and people that could help us. We had no help because we were by ourselves, because corporate moved me from Eagle Town to Cowboy Town. I'm a little bit mad. So wait, where's my timer? Oh, okay, good. Okay, so for me, I thought that was gonna be my life. Honestly, I thought that was gonna be my life. This is what we're doing, the hustle and the bustle. And those of you who say you have no time, if you are just at the grocery store and you may say to someone, hey, hi, have you ever heard of something called networking? Or hey, hi, would you like to take a cup of coffee? That's what happened to me. This girl was shaking. She was like, hey, hi, would you come to my meeting? And I was like, no. But then I said I'd be nice to her at another training, and she bought me another training to Christine. She didn't bring me to hear about products. I love products, and some people love products, don't get me wrong. But I didn't wear makeup, and I was at a pink company. So why would she bring me to a makeup class, right? So we'll all learn about different people and different things to do. But she was smart enough to bring me to Christine, and then I'll never forget this. I said, I don't have time, Christine. And she said, Antoinette, give me 10 hours a week, and I'll change your life. And I thought, that woman is crazy, she's rich. I won't say the other thing I said about her. She doesn't know my life. And she says, are you coachable, Milbert? And I said, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. And you know, people find time when their why is big. And Christine would tell us, can you just give me 2 hours to come and earn while you learn? Because I didn't have time. See, she created time for me. She told me that I could learn and earn at the same time. She told me that I didn't have to pack up all this stuff and know everything and know how to do a Zoom and know about being healthy and know about this. She didn't tell me that because that would have freaked me out. She just wanted me to be in the space of other people. Could I give her the time? And I said, okay, I'll give you a little bit of time. But really, I couldn't believe that there was an opportunity. Something years ago. So I'm going to tell you what a little bit of time can do. I'm going to give you some times. So what if you did 6, we call them OPPs, PDBs, whatever. They're just What if you did 6 Zooms a week, and let's say that's 6 hours. Let's say the Zoom's an hour. What if you did that? What if you yourself, we talked about this coffees, what if you just did 3 coffees a week, at lunchtime, after work, 3 hours? What if you went to an event or something, or did something with somebody that knows what they're doing for 2.5 hours? That's like a meeting. I don't know, in the morning we get carried away, but we like it. Let's say 2.5 a week. I'm gonna give you an hour to kind of do paperwork, things like that. Oh my gosh, I love this word, power pocket. What if you had 3 hours for that power pocket? It's so important. It was all about the power pocket. I didn't know that word till 2 minutes ago. But I would take 30 minutes driving to work. I would take lunchtime. I would take 15 minutes before I went in the house. I would take Sundays. I'll never forget my snooty friends who said, you started this extra thing to spend time with your kids. It's Sunday and we're at the pool and you're not spending time with your kids. Because between 7 and 9 o'clock for over a year, I did nothing but phone calls. Because if my week failed me, between 7 and 9 o'clock on Sunday back in the day, everybody was home. So between 7 and 9 on Sunday, I could call people. And if I was at their house, and if we were at the pool, I said, do you have a bedroom that I could go to? Because I have to make my calls. But in 1 year of doing that, let me give you the last time, which is telephone time, which is 2 hours. Just in case you didn't add that one up, that's 17.5. I'm still giving you some time to do other things. But I want to tell you something. On that Sunday night when I did that, when they made fun of me, my corporate friends made fun of me for that whole year. But in 1 year, Christine taught others and me that I have not worked in 24 years. I am standing here on the stage to tell you I've never been laid off. And I never ever feared being laid off. I never feared that the economy would change, that this would happen. I only knew that I got to do the work. When time came for my amazing son that's gonna kill me over there, that I had to spend time with him, I took 5 years off, and I made money, and my husband kicked it into gear, and we as a family made things happen because I took the time earlier to do it. And so I only have 2 minutes left, and I am so proud of my son, Dylan. I'm sorry, he's gonna wanna kill me. As you know, I am blessed to have an amazing husband you've heard of, a daughter that some of you got to meet. I brought my daughter to Vietnam, celebrating her 3 years of becoming a doctor. And then I have an amazing son called Brian, who's supposed to be here, but he's not yet. But I'm gonna tell you guys what happened. This is why I'm so psyched. I called Christine because I wanted to be skinny. I'm like, Christine, give me some of your stuff to get me skinny fast. And I was on my laptop. And you know how well, I shouldn't say young men, maybe you tell them to do something, they're not listening. Well, Dylan is always listening. So I was on the laptop, Christine pops up, and Christine says, hi, Antoinette. You know she is. I'm not with that company anymore. Let me tell you about this company. And she's talking about it, and I'm like, oh, Christine, come on. Oh, Christine. She talks about health. She talks about wellness. She talks about everything. And I go, okay, Christine, yeah, of course, whatever she's talking about, here's my credit card. Thinking about it, at that time, I had my own business. I opened a pop-up store, and I don't know what I was thinking. I opened a social media company at that time. When I shut my computer, Dylan said to me, Mom, this is your future. He says, I know you love what you're doing, but you know that Christine is going to be the best mentor ever. We have talked about health and wellness. Well, not really we. He went on his own and figured that out. And he said, it's time to move. It's time to go. And I cannot believe that I'm here today because of Dylan. That little bit of time that you may take right now may change your life 20-something years because someone took the time to love me. Thank you, Christine. All right.
Give Antoinette a big hand. How awesome is Antoinette? Where's Christine? And where's Dylan? Where's Dylan? Dylan's hiding out. Dylan said, Mom shouted me out too many times. I'm hiding. How cool is that? I love that. Give her another hand. Guys, everybody stand up. Everybody in the room, stand up. We're going to have a little fun. And then you're going to hear from the man we call FedEx. That's Dr. Dan because he delivers. You know what I'm saying? Who likes the GLP? Awesome. Who wants to have some fun? Yeah? All right, let's get. Who knows the song Country Roads? Who wants to sing along? Who wants to lead us this sing-along? Corbin, who loves this song? Who knows this song? Come on up. Let's go. Marco, as soon as he hits the mic here, we're going to go Country Roads. We're going to sing a couple songs together, have some fun. Stretch your arms out. Stretch your arms. Everybody get some energy in here. Have some fun. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Almost heaven, West Virginia, bluest mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place. 48 hours.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about effects, so the question is, how long do the effects last? So people who have tried this, there is a residual effect. So for instance, if I take it in the afternoon, I can feel a residual effect the next morning. But obviously it's not as strong. So you should take this every day.
About belief areas is this right here. If you did not get one of these when you walked out, make sure that you do. So I am a huge fan of Power Up. You can't find them? Okay, we'll make sure that we have some and that you'll get one. We'll make sure that. And I'm sure it's online as well, but we'll make sure that we have more to hand out. So this is a limited time offer. This is only available until January 19th. When I saw that, I'm like, okay, I have 1 week. We have 1 week to maximize this promo. And if you don't know about Power Up, you will learn about it, because you want to learn about it, ask about it. Why would you want it? Why would you want to buy the max number that you can get? Power Up is a gift. And we did not know that we would ever have it in North America ever again. We did not know that. This was a surprise. So I'm telling you, this is an investment in your business. I am pumped about the Power Up. I'm pumped about the GLP. You guys, this is so exciting. Okay, so let's get going. So everybody find your seat, come in. We're gonna close the doors in the back. So our very first session right now is a panel. And it's a panel about the belief areas. I mentioned the belief areas in my talk. And you're gonna hear from people that have raised their belief. And not only that, you're going to hear about how they've raised their belief. because you want to know the how. You want to know the real life things is what you want to know. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up the host of this panel. This is a 6-star from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, that's also in Boise. She is a grandma, you guys. She has two, right? 3, I knew! There's 3 amazing little grandbabies, and that is, her world revolves around them. They were in Hawaii over Christmas, and they're living the life. And Lori started this. Lori Ferraro. She started this when she was pregnant. So to think about the symbolism of like her being a mom, starting this business, building freedom, and now living it with her 2 daughters, being a grandma. She walks the walk. She's phenomenal, full of energy. So come on up, Miss Lori Ferraro.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Holly. And I want to give it back to Holly. I want to give it back to Miss Holly DeMont. She spoke a little bit before we broke for lunch. Didn't she do an amazing job? She was incredible. Let's give her a big round of applause. Thank you for that, Holly. And also this handsome gentleman in the front here. Wink, wink. Mr. Greg Ferraro, he spoke also and shared about the packs before we broke for lunch. Who's excited about those packs, and did Greg do a great job sharing all the packs? All right. Now I want to give a big thank you. I want to give a big thank you to Mr. Daniel Piku. Did you guys enjoy that lunch? Isn't that nice? I mean, he provided that lunch for all of us, free of charge. That was just a beautiful, beautiful lunch. And I just want to say thank you so much to Daniel. Let's give Daniel a big round of applause. I also want to recognize everyone who had a hand in putting on this event. You see a lot of people running around, helping, doing things. There's people you don't see that did things behind the scenes. There's a lot of people who've been waiting on us, picking up plates, different things. There's all kinds of things going on. So let's just give a big round of applause and a thank you to everybody that's helped out with this event. Thank you so much. Well, I'm going to get into my topic. Again, my name is Lori Ferraro, and I'm going to talk about belief in all areas of the business. And I'm going to have some amazing women join me on stage in just a few minutes here. And you know, when we talk about belief, it's a big thing to have belief. And I just want to ask you, do you believe? Oh good, I got a lot of yeses. Do you believe in what you're doing? Because there's several areas of belief in this business. We have to have belief in the company. Do you believe in your company? Do you believe in your leadership? I love it. Do you believe in your products? Right? There's so many areas. Do you believe in yourself? Okay, a little less. So some people are working on their belief, and that's okay. Because you're here this weekend to get bulletproof. That's why you're here this weekend. You're going to have that armor come over you because you're going to have so many nuts and bolts, so many people that have come on the stage to pour into you, and you're going to feel really equipped when you leave. I'm looking right now at Miss Lauren Richards. She did a great job helping to equip us, so thank you to Lauren. You guys, there are so many areas, and we're gonna get into them in just a minute, but I want you to know, in talking about belief, I want to take it back. When I got started in this business, I was 19. It was 33 years ago. And I remember I saw people winning big. I went to an event when we couldn't afford to go to an event, but we went anyway because we had the belief that if we went to the event, we would get the information and we would get equipped and we would become bulletproof and we could win. And that's what I wanted. We wanted to win. So having belief doesn't mean you don't have fear. So when we talk about belief, you can believe in the company, you can believe in the leadership, you can believe in your team, you can believe in yourself, you can believe in the products, on and on. Doesn't mean you don't have fear. So you don't have to raise your hand if you don't want to. You can raise it in your head if you want, or you can raise it up high. Has anyone ever felt fearful? Right? I did too. There was a lot of things. I remember being 19 and thinking, who's gonna listen to me? I'm so young, they're not gonna listen to me. Or, I've never made a dime. Like, I don't even have a dime. I don't have 2 pennies to rub together. Like, it's crazy. Who's gonna listen to me about a business? I remember having a lot of fear. But you know what? My belief was stronger. My belief was higher than the fear. So I don't want you to get the two mixed up. I want you to realize you can have strong belief, and it's okay to still be fearful. As long as, here's the caveat, as long as that fear doesn't stop you and paralyze you and you stay in one place. Because what do we need to do? Here's the fear. We gotta step over here and take action. Because belief without action is void, right? There's just nothing. So you can have belief, the fear can be there, and you can say, you know what? Dang it, I saw this person and this person and this person and this person doing it. I heard this talk. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be me. I'm gonna get out there and take that action, and I'm gonna win. Because my dreams are big, and I do believe in this company. I do believe in these products. I do believe in this leadership. I'm gonna believe in myself, and I'm gonna step outside that fear, and I'm gonna take action. So who's willing to leave this room today, tomorrow, and take action? Every hand should go up, right? And like I said, you guys are gonna be equipped, and you guys are gonna feel bulletproof when you leave here this weekend. So what I'd like to do now is I wanna bring up an amazing panel of women that are doing just that. They believe in all areas of this business. Their belief is so strong. Do they have fears? I'm sure they do. Some of them might even share a few with you. But are they taking action? They're taking action, and they're building really, really big businesses. So please help me welcome to the stage Mrs. Amy Lafitte, Mrs. Kathy Lewis, Mrs. Lisa Kolobowski, and Mrs. Joanna Brewer. Let's all come on up. Look at all these beautiful ladies. You guys realize how much strength is coming onto this stage right now? Those are some strong, beautiful women. Taking lots of action. No, you guys can sit any order you want. Any order you want. Okay. So we're going to start with... Okay, so I have some questions for these beautiful women that revolve around belief in all areas of the business. Where did I put my glasses? Am I going to be able to see what I wrote down, you guys? Yeah, 52. This is what happened to my eyes. Okay, so let's start with Amy. Amy, this is a question about company. How has the stability and ethics of our company built your unshakable belief in its future?
I've got one word for that, and it's Daniel Piku. I guess that's two.
I like that one word.
Yeah, there's so many elements to this company, honestly. And the ethics are incredible, the integrity is incredible. But I think if you're new here, I'll just say, pay attention and watch, because you'll see. I've been lucky enough to get to travel the world with Daniel Piku and Patrick Toussaint and a few other people. Like, I've actually traveled with several people in this company more than I traveled with my husband. But I just think that this is such an incredible place. I actually came from a company where I was burned, where we went from network marketing to affiliate, and then eventually, before we left, they closed their doors. And so I was really concerned when I first met Daniel, and we asked a lot of really, really hard questions, and questions I've never asked before. I've been in this industry for 20 years. And so just seeing every box checked, every I dotted, every T crossed, to be with Daniel, who works incessantly. He's like our Elon Musk, if you don't know that. He works crazy amounts of hours. And Troy, who is really behind the scenes, but if you knew Troy, you'd understand that that's part of the reason why we have what we have. And Dr. Dan Gubler, the three of them just really make everything roll for us on the corporate office. And then on the sales side, we have wonderful leadership like you guys. Yeah.
Thank you. That was a great answer. Daniel. That was that you had me at Daniel. Okay, next question is for Kathy. I'm going to pass the mic down. Kathy, I wrote this question for you about leadership. In what ways has our leadership's vision and integrity strengthened your belief in the direction that we're headed?
Okay, I love this question because for me to join this company was a big, big deal. I have 6 grown children and 12 grandchildren, and my time is very valuable. And for me to put time into anything, I need to make sure that the vision is clear, because people without a vision perish. And I'm like, I am not linking arms with a company that's going to go down. So I needed to make sure. So what I did at the very beginning was I went to some key events. And Daniel, you'll remember this, there was an event in Frisco, and I went to that. Again, like you said, I didn't have the time or the money, Lori, but I'm like, I need to make sure beyond the shadow of a doubt that I am going to put my time into this company. And there were about 50 people in the room, and Daniel Piku stood there and spoke as if we were already a multi-billion-dollar company. And I'm very entrepreneurial, and I've read about these people, these entrepreneurs who have the vision up here, and it's so strong and so powerful, and literally that is how the company comes to be. And when I was there and I heard that visionary mind come out Daniel Pico's mouth, I'm like, I'm in. I re-signed myself up at that event. And then the other story, because products are very important to me, I'm holistic. I've been holistic for 25 years. People know that about me. They come to me for product recommendations. And so I have to 100% align with a product. And I have to know who's behind the product. I've taken products before, and the company's been sold, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm not taking that product anymore because I don't trust who's behind it. So I went to another event that was in Vegas. A leadership event like this in Vegas, and Dr. Dan was asked, what legacy do you want to leave? And he said 3 things. One was about faith, one was about family, and the final one was, he said, I want to be known for never cutting corners. I'm like, that's the product I want to take.
And one of the things that you mentioned in there, Kathy, that was, I thought, so important was when you said that you also didn't have money or really time to go to that event, but you went anyway. You went anyway, and I know there's a lot of people in this room, you guys have sacrificed to be here. Kudos to you. When you go to events put your business at least 6 months in advance of where it would have been had you not gone to that event. So I want you to give yourselves a big round of applause, because there's always obstacles, and you guys overcame them to be in this room today. So I love that you mentioned that, Kathy. Lisa, I wrote this question for you about the comp plan. How has studying and understanding our comp plan given you belief in its power to create real wealth?
Thank you, Lori. So, hello everyone. So this is actually really funny that this was my question, because anyone out here in the crowd who knows me knows that the comp plan really is not my wheelhouse. So I have opposite story from Kathy. I have no experience in this industry until the day that I was introduced to it. So I don't, all the things you think about when you've been in this space to say yes to a company, I didn't have any of that. I had, and I think a lot comes with that. So all the believabilities I had from day one in believing and running. And have I learned a lot about comp plans? Yes. Do I have a lot to learn? Absolutely. And that's the amazing thing that I love so much is each and every one of us in here, we all have different stories, we all have different whys, we all have different circumstances with how we were introduced, how long we took to say yes, why we said yes, where we're going with all of it. And when someone comes to me to learn about the comp plan, it's amazing because I have so many people in this room that I can go to. I can answer questions, but if someone's going to go deep into it, I'm going to reach out to Kathy, to Holly DeMott, to Greg, to Corbin and Holly, and many other people. But we're all in this together to win it, and we all have different areas that we're good at. And my area is really not the comp plan, but that's okay. I'm learning every day.
I love that answer because it lets people know that if you're like, man, I didn't know the comp plan either. And Lisa is absolutely blowing this business up. It's okay if you don't know every single thing. It's okay because you can ask somebody. You have a team. You have a line of sponsorship. Use that line, just like Lisa's doing. Like, that is incredible. So Lisa, as far as the stuff that you have learned, tell me one thing that you would say is your absolute favorite thing, just one little thing about the comp plan that you would think is wow.
So the match is, to me, the most fun, and helping other people believe that just believe it's possible to earn the 8 ways that we make money every day.
But the effects do last, and the other question that people might have is, do I have to take more and more of this, right? If I start taking 3/4 of a dropper, do I have to then take 1.5 to get the same effect as time goes on? And the answer is no.
Okay, all the way in the back.
Ages 12 and up. The question is, can children take this? Like our other products, ages 12 and up. Now, if you really, 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 really want someone under the age of 12 to take it, what should you do? Talk with their pediatrician. Yep.
Sabrina.
Do you need to put it under your tongue, or do you just swallow it? What's the best way to take it?
Great question. The question is, do you need to put it under your tongue, or what is the best way to swallow it? So with the data that we have coming out, we've had some people do it sublingually, meaning you put it under your tongue, you wait for about 10 to 15 seconds, and then you swallow it. We've had other people put it directly, just directly swallow. We haven't really seen that one way is more beneficial than the other. The most important thing, just put it in your mouth. Make sure it gets in there. Don't dribble any of it. It is yellow, right? That's because of the saffron and our fish peptides. The peptides in our product are yellow in nature, so people might be like, why is it yellow? Well, the peptides are yellow.
Adrian.
So the question is, if I'm already on a GLP-1, can I take this with it? These are natural peptides from fish, from mushrooms, shouldn't be an issue. If you have any questions, talk with your doctor. Now, if your doctor has you on any sort of a medication like a GLP-1, should you just quit it cold turkey? No, talk with your doctor. Just the same as if someone was on a medication and they're taking our product for the same thing, what can you do? Talk with your doctor, and if things are going well, you say, hey doc, can I take a little bit less of what you're prescribing me because I think this could be helpful? Who's done that before, or had experience with that? And the doctor can eventually switch you over from one thing to another, or eventually you won't need something that the doctor's prescribing. You can do the same sort of thing with this.
Okay, back near Folger.
Okay, so is there any data on how this affects like blood pressure? Can it help lower blood pressure? And then also anything about like cardiovascular, like helping with any cardiovascular risk? Because I know sometimes with the synthetic GLP-1, they talk about that as like other potential benefits. So if we have people who are saying like this could be better than what you're taking, or you could do it together, they might ask those questions if they're on a synthetic. So just wondering.
Yeah, so we don't have data on that regarding blood pressure and cardio health. Again, the key is to talk with your doctor about that.
Perfect, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, right here. Yeah.
About how long do you think it might take for this product to be in the PDR? Just estimate that
It's not already there. We'll see. The PDR process, it varies. It can be really quick, or it can take longer depending on the review process. Just depends. Yeah.
Okay, Jeremy.
So this product prevents muscle loss. Will it promote muscle gain?
It definitely won't promote. It definitely won't help with. It definitely won't promote loss, like you said. Gain. It might a little bit based on the data. We need more data on that. So we don't know for sure.
Okay, Carmen.
I didn't catch that. How will it help with what? Yeah, so glucagon-like peptide 1, GLP-1, one of its roles in the body is to maintain healthy glucose levels. So what it does when GLP-1 is working properly and we have sugar from our diet that comes into our bloodstream, it triggers GLP-1 and GLP-1 pushes that sugar into the cell. So blood sugar levels are normalized. Now, there's a lot of things that can cause the GLP-1 gene to not work properly, to become diminished, to become even malfunctioned. And what are some of those? Poor diet, lack of sleep, lack of exercise, stress, anxiety, these things that we've talked about in our epigenetic studies that we have on our other products. These lifestyle and environmental factors can cause genes to become malfunctioned, broken, less sensitive. And one of the things that this product does is it activates, maintains health of the GLP-1 gene and receptor. Okay, so there's a doctor in Maui saying that this won't come close to an injectable. He's seen hundreds of these come and go or something like that. Well, he hasn't seen this one. NBC 267 is a brand new peptide complex that we have.
That has so much to do with the bioavailability and the absorption. And that's Dr. Dan's, he's an expert with that. And it's implemented into this product.
So that brings up real quick. I think people underestimate the power of natural molecules to improve health. What percentage of pharmaceutical drugs are molecules from plants or close derivatives thereof? 50%. 50%. Mother Nature does a pretty good job at helping to support human health in a proactive wellness fashion.
Okay, right back here. Yeah.
Question is, how many participants were in our study? Did they all lose weight? So the data that we have, we had 40 participants try it. They all saw weight loss. We've had with this salmon peptides, other studies, we've seen weight loss across the board.
Wow, nice. Okay, right here.
Just this. So the question was, were the other participants taking any of our other products, and they were actually just taking this.
Interesting. I absolutely recommend the Simple 6 with this.
Yes.
It's going to enhance the effectiveness of the peptide. Would you agree?
I would absolutely agree. So the Simple 6 are non-negotiable. Okay, everybody needs to be taking those. So, and you know, there's no such thing as a silver bullet or a panacea, a one size fits all. GLP-1 molecules that target GLP-1 are very powerful. They're very effective. Do they take the place of healthy diet? Do they take the place of exercise? Do they take the place of stress reduction? Do they take the place of science-based supplementation? They don't. They're a combination. They're an add-on.
In the red shirt?
Will it help someone who's gained weight because of medication, who's already exercising, already dieting, but can't lose weight because of medication?
So this is the last question. The question is, will this product help someone lose weight who's already dieting, already exercising, already doing everything that they can?
But it's weight gain.
Medicated weight gain. That's a complex question. That would depend on what they're being given by their doctor and whatnot. The bottom line is this product helps to regulate health of the GLP-1 gene. And like I said earlier in my presentation, the GLP-1 gene can be damaged due to different lifestyle factors. And weight gain, obesity is a metabolic condition, and you need science-based technology to help with that. And this product is a tool that we have in our arsenal to support healthy weight. Okay,
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. I want to have one thing. So with the label of the bottle, will it say on there, like one time, do you know what the usage will say yet on the bottle? I know this isn't out yet. It's going to say take as needed. Okay, just so for everyone knows, the bottle is going to say take as needed. We can do that, right? Okay, thank you, Dr. Dan, and you guys, thank you, wow. We're so gifted here to have Dr. Dan. And you're going to see more and more come out with this, more and more. And so stay plugged into the 3 walls where they have a lot of information. Stay plugged into the app. And we can't wait to hear all the results. Okay, so let's move right into our next speakers. This is a couple that used to live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You guys already know who this is. And they now live in Alice Beach, Florida. They have 3 amazing sons, and I love that they have modeled a lifestyle for their sons to watch their character, to see how they are with people, to build a life around their sons. And you know what? When Holly and Corbin have their mind set to something, nothing will get in their way. So they reach down, they show up on the road. Many of you saw them on the road show tour separately. And you know what? That's them getting out there, them being there with us. So I want to welcome them to the stage. And you guys are going to learn from them as 6 stars.
Oh, yes, right.
Howdy, how y'all doing? Giddy up. I've never seen so many cowboy hats in one place. I love it. Hey, we're mixing it up a little bit today. This year, well, actually, last September 13th was our 20-year anniversary into the business. And 20 years ago, I was a corporate guy, and I was pretty proud of what I did. Just like Antoinette said, I worked all the time, and I absolutely loved it. It was a great career. I made incredible money. Kids were in private schools. We drove nice cars. But what I didn't realize is I didn't have time. T-I-M-E. Time is the most important thing you need in life. You know, there's 2 things. There's quality of life and there's quantity of life. And they're vastly different. We had a great quantity of life. We had things. We had nice things. We did things. But I didn't have a quality of life. I didn't have a life, like Holly likes to say, a life by design, where I could have freedom to spend time with my children. I didn't have freedom to be able to just sleep when I want and go to bed when I want. I was always chasing the next deal and chasing the next dollar, and I was busy and I was busy and I was busy. We got introduced to this opportunity on September, it's actually kind of funny, September 11th. It took Holly 48 hours to marinate on it and decide if this is what she wanted to do. I told her she was crazy. She'll share the story over my dead body, don't want any part of it, blah, blah, blah. On September 13th, at about 12:45 in the afternoon, I was heading back to work. I'd come home to see the children, and Holly stopped me at the door and she said, "What if this could be the next big thing?" And I say no to it. And some of our friends go on to have massive success. How sick will you be that you said, or that we said no and didn't do this? And that was the day that changed our lives forever. So in honor of our 20-year anniversary and looking back, I wanted to turn the full time over to my wife today, where she could share. So I could honor her, because you know, time is so precious and we only get so much time to be up here and share. And I think her story is very powerful for women today. For stay-at-home moms that just need a little something, or maybe a mom that is working all the time and just wants to be able to know, is this possible? Because I truly believe in this industry, If one man or woman can do it, so can another. And it's so important to hear from powerful women that have said, yes, I can do this against my husband. He told me no. He told me I was crazy. He told me I would fail. He told me we would have no success. And she went and proved me wrong. And I have lived a life now for the last 19 years where I have not had to have a job because she proved me wrong. And hopefully she can prove everyone else wrong and go show you it's a beautiful, sexy, hot mama.
All right. Man, what a great day already. Are y'all excited about everything that's been shared? I have to tell you that Daniel and Dr. Dan have kept this product quiet. We didn't even know about it until last night when we had a meeting at like 9 p.m. and we had to get it out of them. And I will tell you this, we've been talking about a new product and maybe some sort of a launch, but never in my wildest dreams would that have been possible at this January 10th event. I thought maybe February, maybe March they'd have something out, but see, Daniel can do the unexpected and he can do things that nobody else can do. That's A, because of his work ethic, B, because of his relationships that he has with people and his connections, and then his partnership with Dr. Dan. And I can tell you, with all the things that they've been doing over the last 3 to 4 months to prepare for the launch of the new year, not having that product as a part of it, and only to bring that product as a part of it and launch it today and ship it by Wednesday, guys, that's something that is just miraculous, and we need to be all excited about it and get out there and share it. I was a part of a product which I think is very similar, and it's a one product that did a lot of different things where people saw a lot of different changes. I love what Lauren Richards said, and for her it wasn't product, it was freedom, and that was me. I will say in 3, I think sometimes people overcomplicate our business because they make it so much about the product and that you have to know everything about every ingredient, every product, and that's great if you're a health professional, but that's not as easy if you're a stay-at-home mom, someone who maybe owns car washes, maybe you own a boutique, maybe you're a teacher, whatever your background is. And I'm here to help all of you understand, I don't care what your background is. I don't go out and recruit titles. I don't recruit companies. I recruit people. And that's why our business is where it is today. It's why we've had the success over 20 years. And it's why I'm here to teach you all the same. I'm hoping that I can take a little bit of pressure off each of your shoulders and tell you, each of you matter. I don't care what you've done in your past. I don't care what your education is, your background is. If you love people and you love to share great experiences with people and you love to help them, you'll be successful in this business. If you don't love people, you might need to go read some books that teach you how to love people, like how to win friends and influence people, right? That's a great start. And so this business is about people, it's not about titles. And that's why our success in 20 years, Corbin's right, when I first heard about this industry, I had never thought I would be doing network marketing. I didn't go to bed as a child or go to college and wake up dreaming like, I'm gonna be a network marketer when I grow up. That just wasn't on my bucket list of things to do. I had been invited to parties, back when you went to 1 million parties, I went to one every night of the week. I bought things off the catalog because I wanted to support my friends, so I was looking for the cheapest thing in the catalog because I knew I had to go to 2 to 3 more. And at each of those, no one ever recruited me. I just went there and bought things. Nothing inspired me. But when I got started 20 years ago, and my brother-in-law, who's a PGA golfer, approached me about a company. I thought, hey, he has credibility with me. I will listen to him. I trust him. And if he's willing to take a look at this, I might do it. And that's where trust comes in, and relationships with people. And this was something that opened my eyes. And as he shared it, it was brand new, it was 18 months old. It was like, what if? What if it's the next biggest thing and I didn't do it? I remember being in the business maybe 8 weeks, and I think I'd made $1,000, and I got 3 or 4 of my friends actually to come to Fort Worth. So my very first, it wasn't even an event, it was kind of like a home type event in a hotel, the first one of its kind. The room was set for 100 people, and I thought, I need to set up my friends to succeed, not fail. I want you guys to know you're setting your friends up to succeed, not fail by being here this weekend. So congratulations. Because there's a lot of people sitting at home right now. There's people in Dallas that are signed up in this company that they're not here. There are people from all across the country that chose not to be here and not make the sacrifices that each of you did. Well, congratulations, because you're going to be 10 times further ahead than all of those people sitting at home. Watch what happens. Because the fire happens here at an event together. I went to that event. It was set for 100 people. There were 20 people in the room. As I'm walking in the room, a guy stops me and he said, "Oh, where are you going?" I said, "I'm going into that room for that event over there." He's like, "There's no one in there. It's a bust. That guy's been super successful. No one showed up to him. I wouldn't even go in." And I said, I drove 5 hours to listen to it. I think I'm gonna go in and hear what he says. I brought 3 people with me from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I remember sitting there on the front row, because front row is millionaire row, don't you know? So anytime, any event that you go to, I know these events are set up for certain people on the front row. They bring it up to the front row, congratulations. But when you go to home events, big events, someone coming in from out of town, you be that one on the front row, and that was me. And I remember the guy talking, and everything he was saying, I was like, I could do that. He didn't have a college education. He was a high school dropout. All of these different things, and I'm like, well, I went to Oklahoma State. I got my marketing degree. If he can do that as a high school dropout, think about what I can do. And I was hoity-toity in there thinking I could reinvent the wheel. But then I started watching him and I realized I made 1,000. He's made millions at this time. Am I gonna listen to me who thinks I have all the answers, or am I gonna duplicate what someone's already done before me and it has been massively successful? So I threw everything out the window that I thought I could do better, and I said, I'm gonna do what he does. And as he drew on this whiteboard, because we didn't have fancy PowerPoints, I wrote it all down on pieces of paper. And he said, I want to help 10 people become millionaires this year. Anyone in here like to make 100,000 a year, 500,000 a year, $1 million a year? He was like, I want to help 10 people become millionaires this year. And I sat up on that front row and I jumped up and I'm like, pick me, pick me. Well, what I realized, it's not a pick me contest, right? You have to do something with it. But I was willing to do something with it. And I think that's the difference between a lot of the leaders and some people sitting out in the room. We want to blame others and say, I can't do it, or I don't have time, or it won't work, or it won't happen. I believed it will happen, and it can happen because I watched people before me make it happen. And that's what can happen for each of you here if you make that decision today. I didn't wait on an upline to come do something for me because, quite honestly, I didn't even know what an upline was. At that point, my brother-in-law, who's a PGA golfer, signed me up, and then he was off on tour. I had a list of a few names that he gave me, which you guys need to know who your line of sponsorship is. Who sponsored you? Who's their next active upline? All the way up. So you have different resources that you can check in with. And my brother-in-law had given me those numbers and those names. And I remember asking that guy that was speaking, hey, will you come to Tulsa, Oklahoma and do one of these for me? And he said, I'll tell you what. Well, but first off, he's like, who's your upline? I'm like, what's that? He's like who sponsored you? I'm like, my brother-in-law. From there, I was like, I don't know, but I got out my notebook and I said, here's some names that I was given. And he's like, awesome, well, you're actually in my team. So he said, I'll tell you what, you get 50 people in Tulsa, get 50 people signed up within your team, I'll come there and do an event for you. I said, deal. I left that event and I drove the 5 hours home and I signed up 9 people driving home. Now, how many of y'all will go here and then you'll get on your phone and you'll get on social media and you'll listen to a podcast and you'll do all the things but the thing that matters most, picking up the phone and calling people? I picked up the phone. Why? Because I knew I had my hands on something that was going to change people's lives. My goal, I had big goals, $100 a week. I just wanted $100 a week. If I could make enough money just to pay for the product, we're good. And all of a sudden, the first week was 480, then it was 90, then it was 30, because you know that happens, and Corbin's like, see, it's over. And I'm like, no, because then that smart ship starts kicking in, and more people start signing up, and it starts going up. And we had just a great deal that whatever I made, I got to keep. So I recommend that, if you have a spouse at home that doesn't want to do this, or you to do it, it's fine. It saves my money, right? And that's what can happen for you. I got in the car, I called, and I got 9 people signed up. I remember calling him within a week and a half, and I said, hey, I've got 50 people. He said, did I say 50? How about 100? Now, y'all would have, some of you out there would have been like, what a liar, I'm quitting. He told me 50. And I said, you know what, you're right. 50 people, if I got 50 people in front of them, imagine what my business will do. But 100 is even better. If I get 100 people in front of him, my business will explode in Tulsa. And I said, deal. I called him 2 weeks later because I doubled the numbers. I said, guess what? I've got 100. He said, okay, well, I'm going to send out my friend instead. Which was wonderful because the friend he sent was the person that I connected with the most, who connected with my team. See, things work out exactly how they're supposed to work out. And so I'm going to walk you through just a couple things. One, this is kind of us when we started. This is our boys. There were 3, 6, and 9. Busy mom. We hear it all out here from the moms. Alicia Clevenger, thank you. Lauren Richards, thank you. I mean, I've been talking to Daniel about like the demographic on the stage is the demographic we're wanting out there. That's what's in this room. And moms, we do have a hard time. Dads too, because we're spread thin. We're spread thin between work, time with our family, time with our kids. And that's why you do it, is for your kids. I 100% did this for each of them. Now they're obviously older. They're 22, 25, 29. We have one getting married in February, finally adding a girl to the family. I cannot wait. But they love our business. They live it, breathe it, sleep it, just like we do. They have just as many questions right now. I've already messaged them. We were talking to our kids the other day just about the GLP-1s. Here they are, 22, 25, and 29, and they knew more about them than even I did. So the kids know. They're researching. They want their hands on it. This is a product that's going to attract all age groups. But I did this for my kids. There's too many people out there that use your kids as an excuse. I can't do it because I've got to go on a field trip. I can't do it because I'm volunteering in the library. I always taught my team, use your time wisely. If you're in the library volunteering your time and your kid's not in there, they don't know that you're volunteering that time. Take that hour and put it towards your 3 business. Don't work the lunchroom when they're not even in the lunchroom. Take that time, work your 3 business. Work with your kids, set goals with them, set goals on the ranks, as we always did. Like as we moved up in ranks, we'd take trips, we'd buy them their favorite tennis shoes, whatever. You must get your kids involved. Because if you get your kids involved, instead of grabbing you up the heels, crying when you're walking out the door, they're cheering you on. And teach them to share. There's nothing better than to tell your kids, hey, if you tell any of your friends' parents and they get involved, you're going to get the product introductory bonus. Guess what? My kids were earning money because they were telling all their friends. And their friends would get mad and tell their moms, why aren't you doing what Mrs. Rous is doing? Because they're going and taking all these trips together and I'm missing out because kids were going to Hawaii with us. So you got to get your kids involved. And so that's what we've done since the very beginning. They're still involved today and they absolutely love what we're doing. One of the biggest things that woke Corbin up was this moment where I gave him a check for $17,000 and paid off his truck. He thought it was crazy. Why are you doing this? Everything we made, I got to keep because it was all for me. But then I realized I can only spend so much money on clothes and shopping. So I finally thought I should contribute to the house. He's like, great. He didn't know what I was making. We have 3 boys. They eat a lot of groceries. I'm like, I think you can do more than the groceries. So I handed him a check for $17,000. We paid off his truck. He said, what's your login number and password? I need to check this out. Then it's like, how many nights a week do you need? Go, girl, right? Get out of the house, get out there and work. We have 3 kids. The boys all went to college out of state. They're smart kids, but not smart enough to get scholarships. We're smart parents, but not smart enough to say, you should have to get scholarship before we let you go out of state. So we took our oldest to University of Alabama, Roll Tide, and we walked on that campus. When he walked onto that campus, he knew that was his dream school. He was going. Little did we know, thinking it was just a state school, we thought it'd be the same price as what was in our state. It's double, by the way. Just for parents with young kids, keep that in mind when you let your kids, the sky's the limit. You can go anywhere as long as you get the grades in the ACT. So once we started with 1, we had to complete it with 3. If it was not for this business and this industry, there is no way we could have ever paid for our kids to go to out-of-state school. I'm telling you, use your kids as a reason. And so we started putting money back. So our middle went to the University of Georgia, go Dogs. And then our youngest is at the University of Alabama, Roll Tide, and he'll be finishing up this semester. Already has a job set up, and that's the other thing. Our kids have some of the best jobs and career paths out there, and it's literally because they've watched us in this business. If you think your kids aren't watching you, you're crazy. I used to see homes where there's kids and parents who fight as they go out the door. And we just made a home that was just peaceful for our kids as they came in and out. That it was a safe space. We were the house that all the kids came to. I told Corbin when we first got married, I want to be the house that all the kids hang out at. 3 boys, as you can imagine, all in sports. There was not a Friday or Saturday night that we didn't have 15 to 20 boys spending the night at our house every single weekend. Our pantry stocked, the refrigerator stocked, pizza ordered, and it was the favorite, most amazing time of my life. And those are times you can't get back. There's not one thing that Corbin and I have done that I regret in the way that we raised our kids and the time that we were able to spend with them. Do we make sacrifices? Yes. Did I miss some of their sporting events? Absolutely. But I was there at the times that mattered most, and if I couldn't be, they understood. They knew the reason that we were doing it. We've been able to give them a lifestyle that they would have never, ever had if it wasn't for this industry. And then this is Alice Beach, Florida. This is actually the home that we're building, and this is the place that Corbin and I have gone for 15 years to vacation. My brother-in-law, PJ Tour, makes millions of dollars a year. He had a place there, and we're like, that's him. We'd never be able to do it. You know, he had private jet hours. That's him. We'd never be able to do it. Because in this industry, all of those things can happen for you. And we would walk the beaches, and we'd say, God, what if 1 month out of the year we could vacation down there? Could you imagine? And 3 years ago, we went there and we bought a lot and we started building our dream home, not knowing we were going to move down there. But what we found is one of our boys lives in Birmingham, one is up in New York City, one will be in Atlanta, and they like to visit us at the beach a lot more than Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm not sure why. And again, did I tell you how much I love my kids? And I love them around. Alicia, I am that mom, and I will be the grandma that's with them all the time, like wherever they are. But guess what? They want us there. Like, they constantly are blowing up our phone. Like, where are we going to go? They want to travel with us, games with us. I mean, come stay with us. And I love that. So I always say, build, and they will come. And that's why we're building our dream home, because we want our kids to come and be around us as much as possible. So how do we do this? And you guys are going to get some of this information in your hand. We're just trying to simplify. This is literally how we built our business, keeping it as simple as possible. This is the new business sheet that each of you are going to get. It will be in your app, the back office, for you to have access to it. But this is a sheet that you're going to be able to print off, which is so nice, and sit down with someone one-on-one. You know, so many times people are thinking they got to get around a big crowd. Your business really starts by building your list, picking up the phone and calling, and sitting down at a one-on-one, and those one-on-ones lead to people coming to the event. Some of you wonder why don't I have anyone showing up to my events? Because you didn't do the little things first to get there. I was constantly building a list, picking up the phone, calling people. So I love this because this is basically a mini version of the PowerPoint of the opportunity with the company. So you're going to go through the company, the product of the Simple Six, our business model. It takes out the middleman. It goes straight from us to the people. The timing's now. It's going to be $100 billion, wellness industry. But now with the GLP-1, we just added that. See, it was so secret. It's not even in our stuff yet. Become a brand ambassador. $30. Pick your pack. We're going to have Simple Six packs that are so simple now. Do you want a pack of Simple Six that has 1 of everything? Do you want 3 of everything? Do you want 6 of everything? How easy is that? And then you can add on your GLP-1, you can add on your Kinetic, you can add on your Visage skincare line. So we're simplifying this so your message with people is so much easier. So become a brand ambassador, 7 ways to earn, isn't that great? And then you flip it on the back side. So we have these for you. And then it just goes, what is a person? So you're talking to someone and you go through each of this. And then you flip it to the other side and say, now we're going to enroll you. You're going to pick your pack. You're going to set up your Smart Ship. I want each of you guys to know your backbone of this business is your Smart Ship. You worked really hard to sit down with someone and get someone to order a pack. Don't have to call them 30 days from now and ask them if they want to order again. There's not a person that I put in that I don't set up their Smart Ship. It's automatic with every single person. Which pack do you want to get? And we're going to set up your Smart Ship. There's not a single person that I don't sponsor that does not get on Smart Ship, period. It's not a conversation. We're going to pick your pack. We're going to set up your Smart Ship, whatever it is that's your favorite products. You can change it whenever you need it. That comes in 30 days. The other thing about the packs to remember when we talk about the Power Up Pack, guys, these packs are not just about you to use for the year. There's nothing that makes me more crazy than someone promoting to buy a big pack so that you and your family can have product for the year. That is your pack to launch your business. We're here to make money, right? This is a business we're launching into 2026. That is your product to leverage your business. I will be buying that pack, the Power Up pack, and that's my product that I'm already messaging people that we just launched this new product, and that's to get in their hands because everyone's gonna wanna try it. Don't invest in it and hoard it. If you're doing that, you're a customer, right? You're nothing more than a customer. You're not building a business, so buy these packs. I love the Power Up pack. Why? Not because you get the 15,000 points. I love it because you get 15 of the new product with the Purify for free and save you $345. I'm a business person. I'm gonna buy it the highest so I can save the most dollars. Does that make sense? And so, what are you gonna do? You're gonna enroll someone. They're gonna pick their pack. You're gonna set them up on SmartShip. Don't anyone forget that. So, enroll, set up SmartShip. Now remember, when you enroll someone, that for them to be active, it has to be 100 points. I love what Daniel did with the GLP-1 of the pack of 3, the tri-pack. That's 100 points. We also have the Simple 6 system. It's going to be 100 points, and then they can go up from there. As you're talking to someone, the smaller pack, that's again, someone who just wants to use the product. They're kind of dipping their toe in the water. But as you're talking to people and they know they want to build the business, ask what their goals are, the more that you know they're learning their goals, the more the product that they need to order so that they can build a business. Because remember, this is a business opportunity. And I'm running out of time, so I won't get to go through all of this, but this is your action plan, and you're going to have this too. This is your steps to getting started, and this is rinse and repeat over and over. All of you guys have heard it, but I just don't know all of you have it in paper. This is going to be in your back office too, but everyone's been talking about these here. Know your dream. You got to know why you're doing it. It's the only reason you're going to get out of bed in the morning is if you know why. I remember I almost quit. I thought, this is crazy. I'm not making money. It goes up and down, up and down. And a lady sent me an email, and she said, thank you for helping me. My legs felt like boulders to rocks to pebbles. I wear high heel shoes to my daughter's wedding. Thank you so much. She was 7 people removed. That one, I don't even know who she is to this day. That one person kept me in this business forever because I loved her story. And so you gotta know your why. My wife's my kids. It'll always be my kids. When I have grandkids, it'll be that much yours. And it has to be a why that gets you emotional, because that'll get you out of bed to make another call. That'll help you when someone says no to you that you thought for sure would say yes to you. So know that. Set your goals. You got to set your daily, weekly goals. Mine always was, I'm going to call 2 to 3 new people every single day. So know that goal. How many people are you willing to pick up the phone and call every single day? Because picking up the phone, now you're inviting them to something, which is why you need Zooms, you need home events, whatever it is, one-on-ones. You're calling them and inviting them to come to something. Okay, if you're just calling them and you have nothing for them to go to, no next step on how they learn more, you're stopping right there with that call. So always have something, know what your upline is doing that you can plug them into, because we have lots going on. Set your goals, build your list. You've heard this a million times. That list keeps growing. Contact and invite that list to something, whether it's a phone call, whether it's a connect call, whether it's a one-on-one, whether it's a home event, a big event. Share the opportunity, that's the PowerPoint, or this little share sheet, which is little business opportunity sheet. So you're going to share, and then you're going to follow up and follow through and duplicate, because you can spend all of this time with someone, but if you don't follow up, people get busy. So it's not that they didn't mean to call you, they just get busy and they forget about it. So you got to call them and follow up. Lastly, and I'm done. This is our new PowerPoint. We're going to hopefully get it up in the app or back office for you to have it, but if not, give it to your leaders, they have it. It's very, very easy. The thing about a PowerPoint, you guys can put your own story in there. Why is our business like it was? Why did we grow? Because we all duplicated the same thing. When I left that meeting in Dallas, Texas, I wrote down everything that guy said, and I duplicated it on my own flip chart to put into people's homes. And I had friends calling me saying, Holly, can you come do an event at my house? And I'm like, there's only one of me. But this flip chart or this PowerPoint, it can go everywhere. All you have to do is read it. Guys, I'm telling you, to get good at it, you have to do it over and over and over again. Start flipping this chart, reading it. Quit waiting on your upline. Quit waiting on the company to do it on a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, because you got to get to your team. And don't wait on your upline to come to your house, because I can come to your house. I was telling Nicole Barone, I can come to her house for her, but her friends are there because of Nicole, not me. They don't know who I am. They're coming for you. And so quit waiting on upline. If I would have waited on upline, I wouldn't be here right now. And I passed my upline like they were standing still in quicksand, right? And so I want all of you guys to pass your upline. And trust me, we want you to pass us too. So here is the PowerPoint, super easy. I can get through it in 10 minutes. I love the Simple Six. We're keeping everything as simple as possible. Who's joining us, why now, the ways to make income. This is all now in your back office. These are the new packs. Look how easy it is when you talk to someone. You're talking about the whole system. Do you want one of the simple system? Do you want two of them? Do you want 3 or 6 of each? They're available for enrollment in the back office now. Next, it's available for enrollment, but your back office, guess what? You guys get to order them now too, as reorders. Every pack is going to be in your back office as a reorder next week. Yep, next week. So look at the savings. I mean, why would we want to do that? I always order the highest pack so I can have the biggest savings to grow my business. So what pack are you? I am Simple Six Ultimate Pack because I am the ultimate right there. All right, next steps. This is how we're going to do it. Imagine the life we could build. Okay, real quick. Build your list, start contacting and inviting. Do your one-on-ones, your homies, open regionals, major functions. And thank you guys. Go build the homie.
How fast can Holly Rouse talk? You guys, she cares that much. She cares that much that she wants to make sure that you get all of this information. You have all of this in your tool belt. So stay connected to the app. You'll see more of that. She's done a lot of work to put those things together, especially with the PowerPoint. Okay, next up, they're going to pass out the sheets. So a lot of what you saw with what she went over, we have sheets to go with those. There's enrollment forms with those new packs. There's the action plan. There's the share sheet. So the new GLP-1 is not on this enrollment form yet, FYI. That will be added, so look for that. So if you have events planned, then I would only print out a limited amount of these because we're going to have updated ones with the GLP on it. Okay, got that? Okay, awesome, thank you. Okay, next up, we're going to talk about how to use promos to build your business. This is a really big topic. It's something that has excelled myself and my team forward. One of the people that taught me really how to tackle promos is Kim Lee. She does the math, and I've learned so much from her in the last 2.5 years to implement that. And who you're going to hear from right now is Mr. George Ruiz. George Ruiz, yes. I've known George for years, and in my previous company, I always heard all these stories about George, and they were heart. Like, he never did anything for recognition. It was always because he cared about people. And coming into this company with doing this with him, I know his heart. I know where he's going with this. So come on up, George. 4-star, Mr. George Ruiz. And we also have another 4-star joining. We have Dr. Alicia Clevenger, who you heard from previously. And I watch her in action with promos. And she'll tell you, you put out a promo and she is on it like a dog is on a bone. Like, she wants that promo, she wants the incentive, she wants to help her team to understand it. So you're going to learn from George and you're going to learn from Dr. Alicia with how they use the promos. Okay, take it over.
Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. How many of you are ready?
All right, so just like she said, I love a promo. I don't like to lose, I love to win. And I will tell you, the minute the company releases a promo, I'm like, get up, I know, let's go. Like, I'm in, I'm making my list, and ready to go. And so what's great about it, and George and I were talking about this earlier, was once you learn how to do a promo, like really how to work the promo, then the next one you get better and better and better, and you expose it to more and more people. So go ahead, George, you know these slides better than I do.
Okay, something that, well, actually, you are the queen of promos. Something I was going to say, we have an amazing pay plan. And by the way, before I go into the promos, I want to say something. Many people say, oh, I am not making money. There are only 2 ways to make money in network marketing. When you sponsor somebody, or that could be with a product or somebody that you sell, and the other one building a team. There is no better pay plan than this one. But in every company, you don't do it here, you're not going to do it somewhere else. Because it's the same thing. And the promos, what they're going to do is to create that excitement, that, I would say, habit of doing the right thing. Promos are amazing. As a matter of fact, I was talking to Daniel earlier. When I was in my first company, before the company where I met Holly and Alicia too, I have like 80 people, and then they introduced a weight loss system. Within 9 months, my team went to 8,000 people. And I was the first 9 months was 80. And the next 9 months, 8,000. We have an amazing product. But anyway, go ahead. I think you have the slide. First slide. Oh, you have the little click. Okay.
All right, then we've got that. Understand the promotion. You want to go through this one?
Yes. First of all, we have to know the dollar, how much it costs. How much this package cost, the one that we have with the product? 1,000. How much is the CV? 500. Well, you already know. Then we don't have to train. We better go. The structure. Until when, by the way? Oh, we have the data there? No. I thought it was the 18th. Oh, the 19th. That's Sunday next week. Yeah, Sunday next week. You have to know that. The structure. Again, the structure, how you're going to do it, but we are going to talk about that in a second. The behavior that is encouraging. What is the behavior that's encouraging? Because you're good at it.
Yeah, absolutely. So the behavior of this is you are sitting here right now, you're going to leave here tonight, you're going to spend time with your team, and you are going to go back to your hotel room, and you are going to get out your notebook, and you are going to write down a list of every single person you ever talked to. You're going to write down a list of every single person that has ever purchased a product from 3. Go in your back office, write every single one of them down. Even if they've ordered one thing, even if they're on SmartShip, even if they love the products, they're product lovers, that's what they love. Every single person, you're going to write them down because you're going to start reaching out to them ASAP, right? You want to write down people that are, like I said, the product lovers. I will tell you this. I had somebody who got the email, right? She messaged me. Her husband does not take any of the products. She is one of my biggest raving product fans. She takes all 6 every single day, her and her kids, but her husband does not. And she messaged me and said, I just ordered the big pack for my husband. He's ready to start taking this product. And so right there is the power. She's never gonna do the business. She's not. But look at that. She ordered a big pack because she wants the savings. It's for her, it's not even about these extra points. So you don't know who's going to want this. So that's behavior. The second part, I don't know if this is the right slide, but we'll just go with it. The second part is, you're sitting here right now, you need to plan a Zoom for Monday night with your team. Monday night with your team, after the big global Zoom, you need a plan to sit down with your team on a Zoom and go through every aspect of this. They have to understand this. Every person that has questions, every person that wants to understand how it works, everybody that wants to know why you should use this, why you should buy this pack, what's the benefit of it, they need to know. They're not sitting in this room. They haven't heard the excitement. They haven't felt it. So you need to go to them and explain that. So schedule the Zoom and start spreading it out to your team right now. When we're done talking. Send it out to every single one of them. Tell them Monday night, 8 o'clock. Monday night, 8 o'clock. That's Central Time. Tell them what we're going to be doing, because we want to encourage that behavior of everybody understanding what's going on.
Yeah, and that's super important. Like she said, very important. Talk to everybody that you have talked in the past. Everybody, customers, etc. And of course, the goals that you were talking about. And the reason you start tonight is because, again, we have only 1 week for this this promotion. Yeah. Very, very important. But next one, you have this.
Right, I do.
Sorry.
Next slide. Is that the one we're at?
Yeah, it seems that we skipped one. There was no one in between?
No?
Okay, well, let's go to the next one. Let's go back. Yeah, let's go back to set goals and work the plan. Very important. We heard about the plan that what Holly was talking about. Follow the plan. And the reason it's so important is because by following the plan with the promotion, you make sure that it's the same behavior that you are going to keep after the promotion. Because that's the way that you're going to build for the next promotion, and you have done that. Because your team already know how to work the promotion, and then by the time the new promotion comes in, they're ready for it, because they're already working it.
They know how to do it, and it's so important. Are we supposed to go over the power up volume? Is that us? Anybody know?
I don't think we have to go through the power up. No. Okay, but okay, go ahead with the power up.
So just going back to that, understanding the promotion, I'm just going to go back, sorry. One of the biggest things for people to understand is that power up volume. Like Holly said earlier, we didn't think we'd get power up volume ever again, honestly, in North America. So the fact that that is here and it's an option on these packs, you can buy 3. Right, thank you, Danielle. Like, thank you. It is so huge. And if you're new here and you're like, what is power up volume? I have no idea what that is. It is a way to help you supercharge your business, to grow it. It's like having, I like to say it's like having a ghost builder, right? If you buy the big pack, you get 15,000 points, right? On your heavy side, on your bigger leg. If you buy 3 packs of the big packs, you get 45,000 points on that side. That's like going and enrolling a bomb business builder. And you don't have to do anything. Like, you don't have to have a Zoom. You don't have, like, you literally enrolled somebody that went and loaded up 45,000 volume, and it's done. And you get to work off that. You get to work on your other side, and every 300 points is a cycle. And you get to work your way through that 45,000 volume. And that is huge. That's setting your business up for success. And when you can explain that to your team members and letting them know you've just started this business or you've been in it a long time, that you can take those points and you can literally change the trajectory of your business, everybody's going to want 3 of those big packs.
That's right, and you're getting and you're getting also the 500-point volume that's going to go up in the 3. The other thing, we have another promotion that when you sponsor 2 people with 100 points, you get $25. Think about that now. Anybody remember the date and the when? No, that one is after. That one is one more week. 21. Yeah,
February 15th is the 2.
Yes. But anyway, it's why it's so important to see the promotion, because you are going to make more money, but at the same time you are getting people with a big package. We can go to the next one. Yeah. Okay. Now set goals and work the plan. Again, we go back to this one. It's so important that you set your goal. For example, what kind of rank you want to advance to, for example. How much money you want to make, how many people you are going to contact. Now, Patrick was talking about 50 presentations a day that he's doing. And some of you are saying, 50 contacts, 50 contacts. And for that, at least 2 or 3 PBR. By the way, people say, what is a PBR? Private business resection. And the reason why it's called private business resection, you have one person, it's private. You have 100 people, it's private for 100 people. But anyway, in case you're saying, what the heck is PBR means? But anyway, and the other thing is that it's important, and many of you are thinking, 50 contacts. Holly says something about going beyond your comfort zone, because all your dreams are after your comfort zone. And right now, instead of thinking, holy cow, I never done that, I can't do that, think, how can I get out of my comfort zone? You want to add something to that?
Yeah, and so setting the goals and working the plan. It's the same plan. I'm going to tell you, the plan is great. It's boring. Over and over and over. It's the same thing over and over. But as your check grows, as you hit these goals and you have other people do it, that's the exciting part. We'll go to the next one. It's the follow-up, the accountability, the reporting, and working with your leaders. I would tell you this. You're going to want to look at these packs You're going to want to look at your people, and you want to help set goals for how many packs you guys want to do. Like, what does that look like, right? If you're trying to hit a rank, if you're trying, like, we're going to help you go to your people and help your people and help their people and help their people with the power of volume, getting the products, getting it in their body, getting them trying it, right? And then you're going to be able to do all these things. So the follow-up and the accountability. If you're sitting here maybe by yourself, or maybe you're here with a team, we've already started looking at dates in the area where we can launch the new GLP-3, right? That's a great way to get everybody involved and start following up. I want to invite you, taking a look. So those are all the things. When you do a promo, it's like lighting a match, right, to your business. It literally is lighting it on fire and running with it, getting everybody really excited, and then you continue to move with that momentum.
By the way, something that you said also when you were speaking before, and people say, I don't have the time, and you said, just find pockets.
Just find pockets. I have a girl on my team, Dr. Shannon, and she keeps her entire list in her phone, and she said when she goes to pick up for soccer practice, she leaves 10 minutes early on purpose so she can get to soccer. She sits in the car and she just goes through the list in her phone, and she does it every single soccer practice. And that, just think of how much time and how many reach outs she's done. She's a 3-star elite. Think of how much she's done just by those pockets of time.
And that's so important. That's why I love your story when you say, yeah, I was super busy, but I was building, and she built all the way to where she is now, and that's very powerful. And finding pocket. And the next one is report and monitor. We have to know what we are doing. We have to know where we are now, because we have to keep track of what we are doing. If we don't know where we are, where we stand. And by the way, so you say, I don't have it, people, because in the one before he was talking to share with your leaders, but what if you are by yourself? Guess what? When you are a leader, you can be a leader of one person, you, and you set up the same thing, and you are going to work with your upline. It's like we heard before also, with Tony, for example, Tony and who was it? Anyway, they
Tony and Yoli.
Yes, they were talking about the importance to work with your team, your upline. That's part of your team too. They're your upline. You're working together. And by the way, so everything that we heard today is connected, as you see. It's connected. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
No, we'll just keep going on. So right now, your goal is to create the excitement here. Start creating the excitement with your team. Then create the excitement with the community of people you've talked to, and then create the excitement back in your community and as a whole, right? Those are the levels. And so out of the gate, I've already been getting the messages. I'm sending the messages. I had to turn my watch off because it's going off like crazy. People are asking those questions. And so create the excitement. The income will come with that, and then create that duplication. Teach people how to do it, to create your list, follow up, show the plan, show this new product, follow up with them, and get them enrolled. And that's the cycle over and over and over.
Yeah, I love when you say creating duplication, because this is something that duplicates after the promotion. Because like we said before, when you keep this behavior, or teach this behavior, people keep doing it, and that's the way that your team grows. Because sometimes we think the promotion is over, now I'm gonna go back to feed my plants and watch Netflix and things like that. The duplication continue, and that's the way that you create a large income in the long term.
And if you want to watch Netflix, just put it in a pocket of your time, right?
Yes.
But actually, I'm kidding, no Netflix. Okay.
Yeah. That's right.
All right. Oh, sorry, went to the wrong one. All right. So I think what you've heard us say is what everybody's really said all along. Create the excitement. Create the excitement here, create the excitement with your team, and then go out and spread the word. But this promo, by the time you get home, you have less than 1 week to work it. And that's the important part. Run on fire. Make sure people understand it, understand why they would want it, why they want the free products. Purify goes with this, so important. Just like, I guess I can't get up here and not talk about science. When you take Purify, your body can actually release weight better when the system isn't so congested, right? So Purify goes hand in hand with the GLP-3. In fact, I would say it's almost a requirement, because I want people to have the most success possible and set them up for success. So I'm going to set them up for success. They're going to take the simple 6 and the GLP-3, let's be honest. But truth be told, getting those free purified is huge. Helping people understand they get the free product, they can earn what they've paid back in terms of the extra point volume from the power-up points, and then the savings. It's just such a big deal. So communication is key.
Yes, and what you say is powerful. They work with the other product, but especially, like you said, the purify, because we are cleaning everything that we are full of it. And then we are putting, we are talking about the toxic part, right? And then on top of that, we are using a product that, like this one, that is game changer, I would say.
It is.
Do you think so? Because you've been in the health industry.
I've been in the health industry a long time, and people are looking for something, and this is going to change so many. I mean, the products themselves have done that, but people are looking. Just for reference, people seem to think, it's because it's everywhere, people think like everybody is doing a GLP-1, like everybody's doing it, everybody. And it's not. I think it's around 10% of the population, maybe even less, 8 to 10. Would you know, Dr. Dan? 12? It's not as many people as you think. And people aren't because they want a natural solution. So I think this is a huge hit product. I think it's great. I think we can go out and run with it. I also think that we are done 8 minutes early.
Perfect. Thank you, and get excited because this is big. This is really big.
Awesome. Wow. 8 minutes early and we covered all that. Thank you to George and Dr. Alicia. Okay, so the next person that I'm bringing up, and this is our final speaker for this session, and then we'll have a closeout. This person is from Iowa, and I know that she's an Iowa State fan like I am, and I just want to give a shout out to the Cyclones right now. We are number 3 in the nation. Woo! Yes, I'm a huge sports fan. You guys can see that. We're up, Corbin. I'm so sorry. 60 to 51 over OSU right now. You guys, he's a cowboy. I know. Okay. They're on the road, but good luck against number 3, 15-0. Okay, for real though, I am so happy to introduce you guys to Lisa Barren. Lisa Barren is brand new to this industry. She has never been in this industry before. She kind of came in it by accident. I'll share a little bit of her story. She went to an opportunity event, a home event, and she did it. I'm not stealing your story, am I? Okay. She's got a lot to talk about. I want you guys to hear it. So she went to her friend's house because she thought, okay, you know, I'm gonna go. It's an event, I can go eat my friend's food. Because she just got back from traveling and she's like, guys, she always has good food. So I'm gonna go and get the snacks. And then sure enough, she hears the presentation with Dr. Alicia in a living room. You guys, living rooms are awesome to introduce this to people. And then she heard about the products. Wait, could those help me? Then she heard about the business, going, wait a minute, could I do this? And here we are, a little over a year later. She's a 3-star pro, first time ever in this space. And she's gonna share with you many of the things that she's learned along the way to level up. Because her learning curve, she's been in, everybody has a learning curve. And you wanna shorten that learning curve. You wanna shorten it so you can go faster. And she's gonna share with you how to do that.
All right, thank you for that intro. 13 months ago, I said yes to something that I had no intent on doing. I was in the process of growing my speaking business, and a friend and I had just traveled to the East Coast. We did a girls' trip. And on this trip, my friend experienced my extreme hot flashes. And she experienced my chronic pain. I'm a former CrossFit competitor. And those injuries led to 3 major surgeries. So we got back from that East Coast trip, and my friend invites me to a wellness opportunity event. And I was driving to the event thinking I had no intent on doing anything. Dr. Alicia Clevenger's presentation sparked a strong instinct within me. I approached Dr. Alicia when the presentation got done and I said, I'm interested in the business. When can we meet? My wheels were already going. So Dr. Alicia and I, we scheduled right on the spot. We scheduled the coffee meeting. Holly DeMott happened to be in Iowa that particular week. So I met with Holly DeMott. I met with Dr. Alicia at a coffee shop 2 times within the same week. Went to the presentation, we went to a coffee shop, I watched videos, I asked questions. The second coffee shop meeting was 3 hours. And when I finished that meeting, my yes was yes to the 3 business. And I will tell you confidently and passionately, I am 54 years old. It is one of the best yeses on one hand, saying yes to the 3 business. I love this leadership, I love this company. So saying yes. What I did is I took action immediately. We can talk the talk all day long, but are we gonna walk the talk? I started making my list, and I actually called people before I had even started taking the products. It was my 28th person, my business partner, who said, how are the products working for you? And I didn't know. Yeah, I love this, I love this. So what I'm gonna do here in the time that I have, I'm gonna power punch this. This is how I speak. And I'm gonna share with you 3 lessons that I've learned to up-level myself to sponsor up. The first lesson is this, and we've heard this theme today, and I love repetitiveness. Repetitiveness is good. I came in coachable. I came in, Holly just shared, you guys, I had no idea what network marketing even was. I called my sister who's here in the room today. I called Tina on the way home from that presentation that Dr. Alicia just gave, and I'm telling her I'm hyped, the business, the products, something I'd never heard of, and I said, what is network marketing? I had no idea. You see, I had 33 years of experience in other careers, other industries, called transferable skills. But this industry is different. So I came in coachable, and I decided early on that I was gonna learn from leaders such as Holly DeMott, Dr. Alicia Clevenger, Samson Lee, Kim Lee. I started watching Kim's training videos. And I jump on the Zooms, Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights. They're standing. I don't get on all of them, but I do what I can. We have recordings. I meet with Dr. Alicia every week. Every week, we are on it. I meet with her. The people who go the furthest, fastest are the ones who are willing to learn, and they allow themselves to be coachable. So my question to you is, are you coachable? Whether you are brand new, there's a gentleman in this room I just met last night. Jay, raise your hand. This man just signed up for the conference today. Jay, I love this. So whether you're like Jay and you're here, I know of people who signed up this week who got on an airplane. I love this. Or you've done this industry for a year, 5 years, 20 years, like Corbin and Holly. Be coachable. I am the kind of person, I don't ever want to think I have mastered a subject matter. I love to be a learner, so come in coachable. Lesson 2, this one I'm passionate about. Lesson 2, I've learned how to up-level my mindset. You attract who you are becoming. You attract who you are becoming. So when I came in, my mindset a year ago, it was the end of January. Again, my sister and I were new to this. We've been doing this business for 2 months. We came to a conference, like what all of you are here, and I applaud everybody who showed up here. And I was passionate and excited and on fire. Let's go, let's grow. I like to say, let's go and grow. But as I've been going and growing, I've had reality checks. The balloon deflates sometimes. So I've had to learn to not take things personal. So when I first started this business, I reached out to the people who are closest to me. Why would I not start with that group? And on less than a hand, I had people unsupportive, negative, saying hurtful things. I've actually lost a best friend. But you know what? I chose not to take things personal. I don't take a no as personal. It's a not right now. It's a not right now. So don't take things personal. The second, I don't attach myself to outcomes. Holly DeMott talks about this a lot with our team. Don't attach yourself to outcomes. It's not our responsibility to control people's decisions or people's actions. I have had to learn to meet my people where they're at. And I'm a visionary. I see things in people, I see potential. Even like a rusty old car, I see potential. There's a shine somewhere there. That's my personality, that's my mindset. So coming in, up-leveling my mindset, I early on decided to focus on my energy. Energy is key. Energy matters. Positive energy up here, joy, hope, excitement, enthusiasm. If you have that mindset and that kind of energy, you're going to attract those people not only to your business, but to your products. If you're somebody that's down here, negative energy, maybe it's insecurity, comparison, competition. That negative energy, if you choose to camp down there, you're going to attract that to your business and to your products. So here's what I've learned. Don't let the highs get too high. Don't let the lows get too low. Stay steady. Stay steady. It's a volatile, it's up and down, feelings change, but commitment doesn't. Right? So also, what I did early on is I started making a list of who I'm looking for in my racehorses. Who I'm looking for. And that has evolved over time. A racehorse, because I never want to assume everybody knows the language. This is what I've learned from my leaders. A racehorse is somebody who's going to come alongside of you. They're going to do the business, and you want them to run. You want them to run with you. So I'm a big believer in writing things out. I think it, mindset, I write it, and then I visualize it. And so I wrote down attributes of who I'm looking for, 10 attributes, people that I want on my team to do the business. That's evolved over time. My non-negotiables today, as I stand up on this stage, I want to attract people to the business who are coachable, who are positive, who have a prosperity mindset, a growth mindset. They're ready to take action. That's just like 5 of the attributes. I'm going to say something really important here. For many people, they miss the experience because they're so focused on having the success. My greatest experience in 2025, yes, I get to help 8.2 billion people have better health. I can't think of anything better to be a part of a global movement. Thank you. I love your passion. And I get to be a part of that. But 2025 for me was my growth, personally and professionally. It's the experience. Enjoy the experience. Don't miss the experience. The success is awesome. Enjoy the ride. It's a journey. It's a journey. Mindset is a daily practice. Mindset is not a one-time decision. It's a daily practice. Your intentions, what books are you reading, conversations, what energy are you attracting? So I ask you the question, what is your mindset? And then, third lesson, hold on loosely. Hold on loosely. Set your goals. Goals provide direction. Goals provide clarity. I met with Dr. Alicia and Holly on New Year's Eve. Met at a coffee shop in Des Moines, Iowa. And I wrote my goals out, power in writing. And I remember Holly saying, visualize your goals. Start visualizing. I'm going to share a couple of my goals. I want to have 10 people at 3-star rank by March 31st. That's a 90-day goal. I mean, I really believe in 30, 60, 90. My bigger goal for 2026, I'm visualizing 200 cycles every 4 weeks. 200 cycles every 4 weeks. I hit 3-star pro before the holidays. I hit it on December 13th. It was a magical moment. Yes, thank you. But here's the key. Don't hold on tightly to your goals, because if you hold on tightly to your goals, it limits your possibilities. Hold on loosely. Because when you hold on loosely, it creates joy and it creates opportunities for variation. Have fun. I don't look at this as a job. I get up as something I have to do. It's my business. It's something I get to do. Have fun. Kim Wee talks about remember to dance. Remember to dance. She did an awesome Zoom on Tuesday, December 30th, and she said, more than once in that 1-hour Zoom, remember to dance. So structure your goals and let the magic happen. If you haven't set your goals yet, get with your leaders. I know for our team, there's been intentionality on meeting with some of our team after this to set goals, especially our newer people that have come on. So there's intentionality there. And in closing, my one word for 2025 is momentum. I'm all about one word. I've been doing this for years. All my people know this. And I had no idea. This guy right up here, he did an awesome video on the beach during the tour. You were talking about the wave of abundance coming, visualizing that. I've been visualizing that all year. Momentum was awesome. Folks, we have momentum. Our CEO, our leaders, we are here. I cannot think of a better time to have a conference in January 10th and 11th of 2026. We have momentum. My one word for 2026 is thrive. Thrive means to flourish, to grow vigorously. What thriving requires is self-development, personal growth, and resilience. So my hope for every one of us in this room, and those who couldn't be here, and those who are going to join us in 2026, may we strive to thrive in 2026 together. Together. May we strive to thrive in 2026 together. And as leaders, sponsoring up starts with up-leveling ourselves. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something really crazy. This is kind of even out of my little box, but I love to be just different. Kim Wee couldn't be here. She's in Asia. She's doing work. And Kim said to remember to dance. I can't think of a better way to start 2026 in this room together than to let's dance. So what I'm going to do is, because of time, you'll know, I'm going to have you stand up here shortly within seconds. Marco over here, Marco thanks my man, he's going to play a song, and we're going to dance. And I'm going to ask stay right where you're at. It's like 30 seconds. Who cares who's watching you? Just dance. Dance, dance, dance. All right, and then when that music shuts off, grab a seat, because Corbin Rous is going to come up and finish us out. All right, can we do this? All right, let's go. Let's stand up. Dance right where you're at. Crank that music. Yeah, here we go.
Lisa on your team. And I can tell you this, she's one of a kind, but there's lots of kinds like her out there. We just gotta go find them. She did awesome. One of the best I've ever heard from someone so new in the business. Good job. What an amazing day. You know, as I said here, we started this just a few hours ago. How many people, honestly felt like it was a blink? Sometimes you go to a meeting and you sit there and your mind can only absorb what your butt can endure. Well, this was just awesome. It went through every speaker. What I love about 3 from the leadership top down is everyone's prepared. Everyone shows up and they deliver. Guys, I'm telling you, the Simple 6 are incredible products, but this new GLP-3 is a product that is so demonstrative and gives us the ability to share simply, where people are going to see results, they're going to feel results, and they're going to share the results. And my phone's been blowing up like crazy. And here's the deal. There is a season to run like never before. We have that product now. Look around the room. Look to the person next to you. Look to the other person on the other side. Because that's your competition, in my opinion. Because the people that aren't here, we're going to blow them. We got a head start. Because you took the time and showed up today. And what I mean by the competition, it's a friendly competition. You know, Holly and I, when we first got started in this business and we'd go start doing meetings, it started with one-on-ones. When I had my full-time job, I would meet with people. I love Dr. Alicia, I love Dr. Holly DeMott, I love Dr. Lisa Barren. They're all doctors of the industry. Who's that? Oh, I don't recognize him anymore. He now looks Floridian. But anyway, where I was going with that is when Holly and I first got started in this business, we would look at the people around us in a friendly way, and we would go do these meetings in our local towns and our local homes, then we got it where it was so big, our business was so big we could not fit in the homes anymore, and we started doing hotel events, and hundreds of people, thousands of people were showing up, and we used to have these sign-in sheets, don't you remember that? And you'd write down who your upline was, and we were so competitive that we wanted the whole room ours. But how did we do that? Because we outshared the product than everybody else. We put more product in the street. We were generous with our business. We would give product away, but we would be smart and we'd follow up with every giveaway we chose to give to the people. We would follow up. We would qualify them to make sure that they were going to use the product. I would not go give GLP out to little mini-me, little skinny people. I hate to say it, but I'm looking for the hefties right now. No, just kidding. I'm looking for people that want to go blow this business up. I'm going to share this product like crazy because what I have learned is the more people I can put this in front of and get their hands on it, our businesses are going to rise. It's going to become huge. But you got to qualify this people. I don't want you going and giving away $75 bottles of product and you haven't qualified the person to see if they're even going to take it. Man, you need to be going out at coffee shops and freaking unscrewing it, just hammering it with them. Whoa, don't you feel good? We're going to get our skinny going. But you got to get out there and get this product on the street, and that's why it's so important to buy this convention pack. Who bought the convention pack already? Raise your hand. In all honesty, who's bought the convention pack? Keep your hands up. Who bought 2 packs of the convention pack? Anyone? I know Dr. Alicia did. She's like bribing her team. Hey, I only allowed 3. Let me buy 3 off you because she knows the importance. Right here, you got 2 of them. Way to go. All 3 already. Let's go, all 3. Now I know I'm not trying to say that's what you need to do because I want to be very, very aware that some people can't afford to do that. So don't get me wrong. Because here's what I can tell you in my years and years and years of experience doing this. If you have a strong enough desire, you can buy one and go create a multi-million-dollar company or business for you and your family. All right, Lance? But I would take my first paycheck and not go celebrate. I would go invest it again into my business, invest it again into my business, invest it again into my business. Because the more product you have available to go share, your neighbors are going to get this. And then imagine if you just got 4 friends this week that says, yes, I need this product and I want to go share it with as many people as possible. How could 4 turn into 16, could turn into 32, could turn into 64, could turn into 128, could turn into 256, could turn into 1012, could turn down to 2024? How do I know that math so well? Because I think about things like that all the time. 2 can become 4, become 8, become 16. But how does that happen? Because I'm going to outshare everybody else. I'm going to get this product in as many people's hands as I possibly can. Guys, I want you to mark this down. I want you to put this down. This is a date that you need to remember. Because this is the date where you can choose to become financially free for the rest of your life. Because products like this don't come around very often. But you have to be the person that absorbs everything you've got this weekend and right now starts to build your list, starts contacting and inviting people, starts showing this and sharing this product with as many people as you can, and start following up with people, because that's the 4 things that you need to do to build a massive business. Hey guys, tomorrow morning we start, breakfast is 8:30. How many people want to come down and have breakfast? Hey, that's going to be amazing, but there should be a bunch of it left over because we're all going to get, whatever they're dropping up, we're going to be dropped up, man. Instead of doped up, we're dropped up tomorrow. We're going to walk by that food line, it's going to look empty. Or it's going to look full because you get what I'm saying. So anyway, 8:30 the doors open. I believe we start at 10 o'clock. So come down, let's have a great evening. I want to thank everybody again for spending the time, spending the money to show up today to invest in yourselves. Because guys, this is it. Mark it down. On your mark, get set, go Bill, let's go! A little welcome to the jungle, baby.